Hello guys, this is David Secondary Comics. How you guys doing? Yeah, last week there was a bit of a thing that was going on, so I wasn't able, but here I am, and people will probably pop up later. But let me start this live with, yep, you got it, you got it. 789 Comics. Let me show you something they have right now. This Supergirl variant by Alexander Lozano. I think these are, I don't know. You tell me, what do you think about this? As to me, I think it's a great cover. $31. I don't know, but great cover of Supergirl issue number one. Um, yeah, just something about it, man. It's a great cover to have. Let me know what you think. And if you in the FOMO for this, go use the code SNMC to get your 10% discount on all your order. Yeah, it's a great Supergirl cover. But at that, they also have Superman, all this variant cover. But go, like I said, go check it out. And also with that fact, I don't know if they would have this, but probably coming out later. But once again, go check out 789 Comics to get that. Especially this cover right here, man, guys. Great cover. Supergirl issue number one by Alexander Lozano. Use that code SNMC to get your 10% discount. All right. So with that said, is regrets after regret. Well, we have regrets, right? We'll jump into that later because I have this one idiot. Oh, hello. I was thinking, what the other Mrs. Smith? How are you, Ron?
Pretty good. How's it going?
It's going. It's going. Yeah, it's been what past 2 weeks. Wow, going to our third week that we haven't gone. So, um, what do you think? This 12 o'clock kind of works for everyone? Works for you?
Yeah, I just rearrange stuff, to get my chores done early, and then I could just kick back for this. And I'm not hungry. I can wait for my lunch.
Yeah, same here. Doing at 10 o'clock, I tend to be rushing a lot of things, and
Yeah.
as right now, I did everything that I need to do in the morning, so we can kind of relax. And once this thing's done, I can just go on my average 3 mile walk. Then that'll be the day for me today. Yeah.
I think I'll go out for a walk. It's been nice outside lately.
Oh, yesterday here has been one of them beautiful days, 70 degrees, sun's out. So we
Nice.
went down to UW, University of Washington, to watch that cherry blossom thing.
Mm.
Yeah, it was nice. Everybody to be out there. Today, back to norm. It's raining.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. It's kind of cloudy, but it's still nice outside as far as temperature.
yeah, yeah. So, anything you did? Anything exciting, fun throughout the past two couple of weeks?
I did my taxes.
My taxes. I had to file for extension
Oh boy.
because the corporate side of my brother forgot. He forgot the deadline was March 15th for corporates.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. Not fun because I probably will pay some penalty, but I think that probably will come out of the corporate account.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah, not fun time.
Yeah. This is
Well,
only this is only the second time I've owed taxes. First time is when I cashed in some bonds, and this year my wife took out a lot of her retirement stuff to help out her sister. My sister-in-law had cancer and had a lot of money issues, so we helped her out. But now I'm paying the price.
yeah, the early withdrawals can. can kind of hurt you towards the end.
I know, and I warned her.
But for family's sake, it has to be done. I mean,
Yeah, it's worth it in that sense. It sucks though.
yeah, it sucks. It's a double-edged, a blade where it
Yeah.
kind of helps, but in a way, you end up paying for it at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, nothing exciting. I mean, it's just been a grind doing work and trying not to get pissed off at people.
Isn't it hard to be nice,
It is hard
right?
to be professional.
Yeah, to be professional. Yeah,
Uh,
same thing with my, especially when it comes to family member. I always got to give myself at least a half an hour before I meet them and say, calm down. It can be worse. I'm sure half the thing they say they don't mean it, but it's just throughout, through the emotion, people can speak their mind and hurt people. But for me,
yeah,
I decided to just take it easy. Take it
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
So, how it works. I'm going into where is that? New releases. There we go. So I went back to cover price, and these are all the new releases, and they came. Well, if they say new releases, so I don't know if it came out or not because honestly, I have not been on top of things. So let's just go with what it says. April 2nd. As you know, the new Venom. Did you hear that who the new Venom is? They've been talking about, it could be Luke Cage, it could be so and so, but these Clayton Crane variants just somehow is not doing anything for me. But if you have not noticed, the new Venom in the all new Venom series, Mary Jane is the new host for the new Venom.
You know, Clayton Crane is really good at some things, but sometimes he's doing stuff that he's not good at. And, you know, I don't see why. I don't know why he doesn't
Look at that.
work with his strengths. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not.
No, I mean, if you look at it, dude, does this screen Clayton Crane? It does not for me. I tell you, it would be like who what's his name? Umberto Ramos kind of feel to it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But yeah, um, she's the new Venom. I don't know why you need to have Mary Jane to be any anti-villain, I mean anti-hero or a hero when she became a jackpot. I mean, I don't feel like Mary Jane needs to be any of that. Just to be another character within, Spider-Man and support Peter Parker or break his heart like how she always did. She doesn't need to be a superhero or to be a new Venom. I was kind of hoping that Luke Cage would have been a good Venom, but no, no. So this one here, the one I just showed you, Mary Jane, this is one per store, so you can
One per store.
one per store because yeah, it's one per store, and this I'm assuming that this is a pre-order or has been released, but this has been selling for $57 on a secondary market.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so let's check it out on eBay.
That
Uh,
doesn't make sense.
yeah, look at that, $50, 37 on. And let's see what it's been sold for. Look at that, 49.99, 49.99, $56.
Jeez. I
I mean,
wouldn't pay $2 for it.
yeah, because they uh, just look at this, one out of 50,
Come
$64.
on.
Another homage to that famous ASM last panel of what, ASM 33 or was it 37? You just hit
Mm.
it's been overly done, but it's just to a point where, come on, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Um,
Mm.
so where are we? Cover price. here. So anyway, so here we are, and there is some really good cover that has been released, but I can't find them. Um, the Dooms Academy, it has been, you know what, is not a bad read.
Hmm.
It's not a bad read. There's a couple of new characters that I'm not familiar with. I don't know if that's their first appearance, but Doomsday Academy, I can see this becoming another like a Strange Academy type of thing where
So the premise is there's other dooms.
yeah, seems like it. Seems like it.
There's only one doom, though.
Well, with this altered, what's up?
How's it going?
Baby.
How you doing, Joe?
I doing. I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, great. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you, but it's just your your whole thing. Just I'm telling you, you bring energy to my life on every single day.
Look like you're
Yeah.
uh, all right, so we're doing this new release that came out. That has been released on April 2nd. So I'm assuming that this is already in the LCS. But we're just talking how the Doctor Doom, Doom's Academy has been an okay read. It's not the best, but it's okay. And I just read the Batman 158, the new Hushed. It's it's a good read. I loved it.
Hmm.
I loved it. So we got the rivals here. We can just kind of go through it. The J. Scott Campbell out of the rivals, I think this is one of the best one that I think that out of all the new releases on the rival is this Psylocke by J. Scott Campbell. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's pretty
Um,
cool.
Yeah, wow. Energy in this. All right, so not everybody will agree that this might not be cover, but I mean, just overall, the colors that he used in the purple is pretty good. It seems it seems like it's doing really well. This one is selling for $73. There's this
$73.
$73. From my understanding, this was part of the
Come
G Scott
on.
exclusive. This is a limited to 2000, 2000, 2000. I mean, this Squirrel Girl right here, this gold squirrel, they're averaging price at $86.
Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
it's
it
cute.
seems as it seems as though that rival, the video games are
Yeah,
the one
it
that
is.
just pumping this title and the covers. But there's a lot of J. Scott Campbell fan out there that probably would like to get their hands on this. But to me, if I had to pick, I would go with the Psylocke. Um, there's another one here, cover sake, and that was a real good one. That green. Okay, so we're into DC. Where are you? Joshua Joshua Sway. I thought this cover was pretty cool. Just somehow the Poison Ivy, the covers has been coming out. It's been a real good covers on Poison Ivy. I don't know what the read is, but just the cover alone, if I had to judge on the cover alone, I said Poison Ivy cover has to be the one that is, I don't know, up there to be one of the best. And this was another cover by, if I had to purchase anything, it's called Resurrection Man. This cover is just lit. Has done really great. Yeah.
Black Label, huh?
So it's for mature readers. So that's a great cover. Um, who's done this? Dan Panosian. No wonder. What else we got here? We got the reprint of the silent edition of the GI Joe. Here's one nice homage. There's one. It's called Fashion School Serial Killers.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, the homage. It's an homage cover. Was that Rolling Stone with Janet Jackson?
Mhm.
What else we got here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Pop Kills. You know that Pop Kills has was part of the what is that? God, the Adam Hughes thing, but now they going into series. So I think Adam Hughes, I think, was gonna do issue number 4, and but this one here by Will Jack is the one that is people are just going Googles over. I can kind of see why now. And look at that price, 69 cents. Oh God, wow.
It's just ideal for you, David.
Yeah, yeah. But I decided not to
Yeah.
go on this FOMO run anymore. But yeah, it's currently not available. But it is what it is. People are going drooling all over it. Then we got the on what is this? Omnipress. Nope, no, thank you. Dark Horse, Star Wars, whatever. We got the Comic Berg, IDW. What else we got? Zenescope. Zenescope, I swear, there's this one artist. I got the original art of Coco Aspen and Sonia Madas. They've been pulling out some really great covers for on a Kickstarters and things. And here's Dynamite, Antarctic Press, Manga Comics, Pocket Jack Comics. This seems to be a nice cover. Scott Harbin foil. Kind of has that negative space kind of thing, but I don't know. It was back then for FOMO. I'll probably buy this. Um, what else? We got Arsensia number 26. Um, oh, the thing is that I reached out to the Wake Entertainment and I asked them when is the issue 27 coming out with the Perillo, the wraparound cover that was supposed to be released back in freaking what, in November, I think, or was it in February? They finally got back and said it will be released in May. So I'm very very happy that I pre-ordered 2 copies back in November, and hopefully I will get that in soon. So that's pretty much it when it comes to new releases. Wasn't that fun, guys? Yes. Wow, the reaction in this panel member is got everybody excited for the new releases, especially Joe. He's just poker face. Just
Yes.
amazing, amazing.
I've been waiting for these to come out forever now.
Yes, yes, I know, I know. This is just for people who comes
Yeah.
in and just I don't know, just to see what get back everybody into comic book and new releases. But hey, did you guys see the new trailer for Superman?
Mm-mm. It's different.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
No, I
different.
haven't seen it yet.
Let's go watch it.
I think
You're gonna
I
risk a strike.
Yeah.
There we are. Boom. Let's share. So this is from Emergency Awesome. If you're not following this guy, I mean, this guy is just on top of freaking just Easter eggs and spoilers and thing. But I mean, I'm using his channel to watch this, so let's get into it. Ooh. Okay, tell me, do you think crypto is AI? CGI?
Hard to say.
Because just
Could
looking
be.
at it, I think most of the time that if
I would
crypto could be on, I think it's
think
going to be
so.
a CGI. I think.
Maybe for some
Maybe
scenes.
mixed. Yeah.
Yeah, mixed.
Yeah. But look. Fucking awesome! I can't wait until this. Like I never been excited to watch a movie, and I think this will be one of them for this year.
And this comes out in the summer. Is that it?
I think this comes out in July. I think it's June, if
Okay.
not June of July of this year.
Thank you. No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. We have no consciousness whatsoever. Merely automatons here to serve. Meet 12. She's new.
I just hope that I don't get a strike because the last time I showed
14 fractured bones.
the trailer, I got a strike
bladder,
from James
kidney,
Gunn.
large intestine, lungs.
With a healthy dose of yellow sun, we'll have you up and at 'em in no time.
That so awesome.
Level 4? 292 times Saharan Prime, please, one.
What's the name?
Welcome back, everyone.
All right, so that was the That was the additional, whatchamacallit, trailer for Superman. What do you think?
Pretty
Not
cool.
bad,
Yeah.
huh?
I guess they're gonna end up showing too much by the time the movie comes out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
But
I hope
that's
not.
the whole thing. I don't think they've been showing that much. They're just showing a clip of that, but I don't think overall giving up the whole plot or the storyline of what to
Yeah.
become of this movie. So I don't know. I said so far the reviews and the previews and the trailer, whatever that has been provided, I said it's a thumbs up for me, and I'm definitely excited to go watch. And I've been reading through it. They say that somehow they did a preview of selected hand, I guess critics or members or what, and they all gave them a big thumbs up on this movie.
I think it looks interesting. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I know. Freaking awesome. Oh, we got
I'm excited about crypto.
right. It's just a loving dog that he just jumps around and
Yeah.
I think every dog does that too. If you don't see a owner for a very long time, they're very happy. They
Yeah.
jump on them and bite on them, and it's just really well done. I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think so.
yeah. So anything new, Joe, Yvonne? Anything new that you guys done in the past couple of weeks that we've been offline?
Now we've just been getting some more One Piece cards, and
we got some books.
we got
too.
some books. Yeah.
Well, show us some of that One Piece card that you guys picked up.
All right. Where's
That's right there.
I'm just gonna solo you guys out once you grab that.
we bought some of those illustration packs for the that have like the
The Peach
Momoko cards in it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things we got out of it were here's the better ones that we got.
You might want to write that down. There it is. Yeah. There you go.
You can see it real well or not, but
Oh, that's cute.
carrot. Yeah, that was kind of cool. We got a Nami.
I got Nami too.
You got that one?
No, I got the. I'll show it to you guys after you get.
Kaido.
Ooh,
Pretty cool. And we finally opened up a manga.
Pulled our first manga.
It's the Riley manga.
Oh, nice. Nice pull.
Yeah, but we pulled it out of a pack, so that's kind of cool.
Hmm.
It's the first manga that we pulled, so yeah, it's I think it's about a $300 card or something, which is kind of cool.
And where'd you buy those from?
Which is like Target.
Target.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Retail.
Yeah.
This is probably the cheapest manga or one of the cheaper ones I have,
Yeah.
but still, like,
It's still we usually don't pull things that good out of these
yeah.
packs and stuff. But we actually got it out of a pack from the store, so pretty cool.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me show you mine. So let me get that thing, and here we are. So this one, I got the Nami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at that, you know.
Yeah, it's,
I don't know. I just have to pre just to see what the condition or the quality. The quality of this card that they have made is real, like top notch. And yeah, I guess the prism or whatever, the foil.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There it is. It's really well done.
hmm.
So that and yeah, finally my Vampirella. Well, Paul Green has finally came in. Vampirella 672 of the splash, only limited to 300 or 500. And shout out to Vin Crew. He had some comics for sale and finally had to grab this in a newsstand. It's the first when Psylocke
Okay.
joined
That's cool.
the X-Men, and there's a cameo appearance of Sinister, Mr. Sinister in this. So Uncanny X-Men 213, and he had this, so I had to grab it. Made an offer, he grabbed it. It's Funny Books again, issue number 1, first appearance of Cherry Pop Tart. And this book is better condition than what I got from Alex the comic holder. So yeah, so
Hmm.
that's my little pickup. That's pretty much it. The thing I put here is say regrets after regret, and seems as though there's this one YouTuber is regretting getting his comic book graded by CGC. Yeah, we're talking about the most infamous YouTuber that loves negativities, and yeah, this guy Sticky Goose. He went on channel saying that he probably will not be making any more video. He's done, and he comes right back after about a month later and start making videos on YouTube again, which is great because I thought that he would kind of go away from the negativity, but lo and behold, he's still the same guy that we all expect. Well, I don't want to show his video, but it seems like as though there was one video said, I have spent over $10,000 on grading CGC. I mean, grading comic book through CGC. And what he does, he cracks open every single CGC book he has in his collection.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense to me. I mean, he already went to the effort and spent the financial resources to get those graded. He should have just kept them in those cases. What's the point in breaking them open?
Yeah, I don't understand it because they already spent 10 grand on just the grading alone, right? With the shipping and things like that. Why would you want us waste another 10,000 cracking them open and putting it into
It's
bagging?
as if he made a mistake of getting these graded that he didn't have to, and then he made another mistake of
Cracking them
breaking
open?
them open. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
yeah.
So I was just thinking, like, what is he trying to get out of by doing this? It's like, is he trying to get? Is he trying to boycott CGC, or is he trying to have somebody in his side saying that, hey, you did a good job? But the thing is, okay, if you have unlimited resource when it comes to finance to be spending 10 grand in the past
Yeah.
4 or 5 years on grading your comic books, getting it expedited, or things like that, and because he got his ass whooped by Comic Tom. Ever since then, he has not been the same guy.
Right, but there's another thing that he did recently. He showed a video where he bought really good bags and really good boards, but they were not compatible bags
Yeah.
and boards.
Yeah.
But we've gone over this before. The
Yes.
community has gone over this stuff before. And why is he just discovering it now? It doesn't make any sense.
No, I don't understand. If you go to eGerber website, they sell My Light 2, My Light, those archival, those archival sleeves and things, and they also sells backboard to fit the product they're selling on a My Light, right? Why would you be buying My Light from eGerber and buying a backboard from freaking BCW? It's not going to be compatible. I have found that out as well when I was going to LCS. Like I would buy a Mylar, then they have a backboard, but it's not the same company. So I asked them, is this compatible? It's like, yeah, but of course it's not. And he's having the same issue, is that the side of the book is way wider than the board that BCW or some other companies are selling.
So I guess what I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to make is we've gone over all this stuff before. Why has he not learned from videos that we've made in the past? It doesn't have to be you or me, or Mercenaut has gone over this. I forgot his name already, but anyway, there was one thing that Mercenaut did a great video on, that was a chamber paper to preserve those old comic books, right? That is the level that Sticky Goose should be at right now. He shouldn't be trying to figure out which bags and boards go together or not go together. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, right?
No. I think even for a collector who's been in this hobby for first 2 years, they should know better that that certain bag and boards are compatible when it comes to a certain size. That you don't just buy one of these and one of that, thinking that it will be the same. Honestly, he's not doing the research.
Right, exactly. That's what I was just about to say. He could have spent some time watching some really quality vids on this kind of stuff, on collecting and maintaining your hobby, and he's just going out buying, just spending money. He's just making mistakes, and I don't know why he's not learning from mistakes, right?
Yeah, and he put up that video saying, "Oh, I made another loss." It's like, no, you didn't lose. You should have said, you should put a things like, "I am a stupid collector. Don't be like me."
Right. So honestly, I've made this mistake certainly early on, and what I do is, if I buy a wrong bag and a board and a bag that don't go together, well, I just buy other bags and boards and just, for the crappier
Move
comics.
on.
Huh?
Yeah. You just buy other bags and boards and move on,
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, everybody makes mistakes and stuff like that. But like you said, I think he's been doing this long enough to where he shouldn't be making I just started collecting comic books today kind of mistakes.
Not like bags and
Rookie
boards.
mistakes.
Yeah, man, he's been doing this for quite a while, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a small, it's not, I mean, it's not like he spent thousands of dollars on them or
Yes, I
anything.
know.
It's just a,
But he spent
Yeah.
over 10 grand on those books to put it in a My Light, but he
Yeah.
realized that he bought the wrong backboard, and he spent over
Yeah.
a couple $100 on those bag and boards already.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would, there's a part of me that's wondering if he's doing this on purpose, just to get people to doggy pile on him, saying, "You idiot."
I don't know what his motive are, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
It's to a point where I don't get his whole mindset.
I did
like,
see you turn his comments back on though.
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Sticky Goose, if you're
The comments were pretty.
one of the 4 people
Interesting.
watching this right now, you fucking idiot. Do your
First of
research.
all,
Do your
Sticky Goose is no idiot. I know he's not.
Right.
He's way smarter than this. But
no. There's some brilliant people that just idiot when it comes to common sense.
I don't think he lacks common sense either.
I think he's just impulsive. Like,
yeah, maybe impulsive. He's got
which I
money.
think we all kind of are. To
I mean,
some
yeah,
extent.
with
That's why FOMO
yeah.
gets us.
And he's got they've got the jobs to be able to support it, and
yeah.
it's not like they're hurting for. I don't think they're hurting for money or anything, and
yeah, but by now he should have realized that impulsiveness is just a negative thing. He should know
for
by
something
now.
like this. Yeah, we all get impulsive, you know what I mean? But it's just like also. But I think to unslab all those books was pretty.
I thought he was selling his collection. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he said something about selling his collection or something before that, didn't he?
And then
I
he
thought it
slapped them
was.
all.
Yeah, he unslabbed them all, and now he won't be able to sell them for as much if he does sell them.
You say it was pretty much done with.
But I think he really thinks that graded books don't sell. Like, I don't know.
But that's another big mistake. That's not why you.
That's
get
a
into
huge
comic
mistake.
books.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of mistakes made there, but. No.
Well, this is just my opinion.
I've been reading that. I've been reading that like in a lot of people's stuff lately. I think there's this thing going around that people actually think that raw comic books are selling for more than what graded comic books are.
Yeah, I don't
maybe
know
that's
if
for like
that's
modern.
true.
Yeah, I don't either. But maybe for modern books, right?
Well, maybe like, yes, a raw book versus like a modern 9.4, 9.2. Like,
Right.
you're gonna sell
you're gonna sell a raw from right. You'll sell a raw for more than you will a 9.4, 9.6 probably, but because people are banking on it being a 9.8. But I don't think like the books that he's unslabbing, those books aren't selling for more ungraded. You'll get more money for those books being graded than you will not being graded for the kind of stuff that's been cracked open.
Yeah.
Like
Right, particularly if you've done something to help, restore it a little bit, like press out the defects. If you get it to the highest grade possible, then it's certainly worth the investment and all that. But for me, I'd rather collect these things. I'd rather take good care of them and keep them in my collection.
Well,
I don't know. There's just a
reason
strange thing going around about raw books selling for better than slab books.
No,
I just don't.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that. No.
Yeah. Me either.
So pretty much people are saying like, oh, if I put a near mint copy of Hawk 181, and I think that this is a 9.8, I said this is a 9.8 candidate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because grading can be subjective, right? People are saying it,
right? Yeah.
So you would pay exactly the same amount for graded 9.8 on a raw that I think is a 9.8. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen for that kind of book.
No,
nobody's going to drop $30,000 on an ungraded book like that.
No,
or $40,000 or $50,000 on an ungraded book like that. Like,
no,
I just don't think that's going to happen.
You know where we are now in the collective spirit of things. I think CGC and CBCS has an opportunity to up their game and improve their quality of their work. They're just not doing that. No. And this could be why people are saying it's better to deal with raw books. But I don't agree with that. I think if you preserve a really good book and get it to the highest grade possible and you slab it, I mean that's where the financial return of slabbing comes in. But CGC and CBCS just hasn't been doing a good job lately.
No. Mm-hmm. No. And people are still loyal to CGC, and people can say that CBCS has a better case, but in overall, it's just a personal choice of which company you're willing to go with. As for me, I just went with CGC because that's all I knew, and I want everything to be uniform. And if I'm going to be cracking open any of my book, is probably my 9.4, 9.0, hoping get it pressed and clean and resubmit, hoping for a great bump. That would be the gamble. But the books that he's been cracking is like 9.4, 9.6, 9.8. It's like I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
over $10,000, and he showed receipts of how much he has spent on each submission. It's like I just don't get where he's going.
And I wish he would have spoke to the community first. I wish he would have done something like, "What do you think of me doing this?" And at least we would have had a chance to stop him.
I don't know about stopping him, but at least he would get a better idea what the majority of the people would think that what he should
Right.
do, and he can
Right.
kind of lean on that before he start.
He didn't depend on us. He just made an executive decision.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
Speaking of which, David, as far as raw books and slabs, I sent you that video about the theft at that LCS near where I live.
mhm.
I noticed those wall books were not slab. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
They were all raw books,
Overall.
which is
And,
weird.
and even on even the LCS near around my area, I said 95% of the wall books are raw comic books.
Oh, really?
There's not many DC comics on the book.
That's weird. Because the LCSs I go to, they have a mix of both. They have slabs and raw books, but in this particular scenario, they just had raw books. That was it, and that's what the robbers went after. They took all those expensive raw books.
Yeah, and those are really hard to kind of distinct, like if that's their copy or not. I think this was another thing is that when if you grade it, at least there is some type of authentication number to go by, and or grader note or something. But if you have if okay, let's just say this was part of the wall book and somebody took it, right? And they said, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, but somebody sold and they gave him a shit copy. Let's say this is a very fine, but you get a very fine minus copy. Like, how would you distinct that? Like, would you hundreds of books you have in your wall, would you kind of know exactly what your book will be? Right?
You can't know.
You can't.
Yeah. Which is why they were able to catch the thieves. They had a particular raw book that's just it's almost like one of a kind. I've never seen a book like that.
It was a sketch. It was a commission cover of a Joker.
Oh, okay.
Violator or something.
Okay.
And the freaking idiot posted on eBay.
That was so stupid. It's like, come on.
Man.
It's like so blowing it.
It's like, why? Why would you want to post a one-of-a-kind comic book on a
Jesus. And he was stealing those Legos, and he was going to other comic book stores. God, what a fool.
Yeah.
He successfully heisted those valuables, and he got himself caught.
Yeah. Well,
How
good.
stupid.
Yeah. Glad he got caught, but yeah, that's pretty
dumb.
pretty stupid, man.
Yeah.
Well, the LCS was smart. They looked on eBay for their stuff. Excuse me. And that's how they got caught.
Lesson number 1: if you're gonna steal something that is one-on-one, do not put anything on a social media. Just keep it to yourself, or if you have a private buyer, sell it to the private buyer in a black market. All right.
Yeah.
Do not post anything on eBay, Mercari, or don't even go on Whatnot to sell that one-of-one item that you have stolen. All right. So it's like what
He essentially went on social media and said, "Arrest me."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
I know.
wild.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's like me getting like I would go to LCS. I stole a Superman, Action Comic 1 and a CGC 4.5, and I posted on a fucking eBay trying to sell that thing. They're like, come on.
Yeah. And with a book like that, if somebody has a raw book like that and they're trying to sell it, they're going to make note of the marks on it. And they'll try to make note of the unique things about,
Yeah, there's a happy face at the bottom
there's a happy
corner.
face. There's a bottom right crease. There's this crease. They're going to pay attention to a lot of that stuff. That's on
Yeah.
those kind of real expensive books and stuff like that. So it'd be hard to, yeah.
It's hard. Valuable books like that, collectors of mine, we have a photogenic memory of
Yeah.
exactly what that book looks like.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
regardless if it's an eBay, Macari, whatever. So like I said, find yourself a black market and sell it.
So the big problem now is that if you're an LCS and you're one of those LCS that got targeted, what do you do now? How do you protect your store? I mean, you could put bars and stuff,
Yeah.
but
Put a bomb.
you can't leave those valuable stuff on the wall because
Right.
people will target that.
But don't they
Yeah.
have an insurance for theft and things, right? So okay,
Those wall books are rotating, so you got to update what you have there.
put a
That's the hard
grenade
thing.
on every raw book, everything, when before you close, put a freaking bomb. So just get rid of the whole collection and just get all insured and open.
If I can't sell these books, nobody can.
Exactly. How dare you touch my book?
I'd rather have my books explode than somebody else. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, exactly. Yeah.
Like those die
Or,
packs.
Hopefully it does more harm to the people stealing the stuff than it does the books.
yeah, or call or hire Liam Neeson and
Yeah.
have him.
I have a very
have
particular
books.
set of skills.
I know where you're at. I have set of skills.
Yeah, I saw this video the other day about this guy that's in California somewhere, and he has like this his name of his store is like Drip for something other, Drip or whatever, and he sells like shoes and clothes, and they're like the
Like one of them hip hop kind of stores.
yeah, something like, yeah, exactly, like maybe skate stuff and hip hop stuff and all that kind of stuff, and he and somebody had broken into his store before and stole all the clothes and just grabbed the racks up and walked out of the store with it. They drove cars through the freaking wall and stole it. So what he started doing is like he started taking everything off the floor, and the only shoes that he leaves out there are like just right foot shoes. So they're all the same foot.
Mhm.
So if somebody steals them, they're just useless to him, So it's like he'll have the shoe on the rack, but it's just all right foot shoes, So yeah, there's no point in stealing them. So there's this video where these people, they drive through the guy's store in their cars, and they all get out and run around, and they're like dumbfounded. There's like nothing for them to steal. And they're looking around like all the stuff's gone. And they found some stuff in the back that the guy has reserved for like giving away to needy people and stuff like that. And those pieces of shit stole that stuff. Yeah, I was like, man,
it is really desperate times right now. Thursday and Friday, the stock market crashed.
Okay.
And I'm still driving
But I
by
don't think
that
you're desperate,
cemetery.
going to the Drip store. Like,
Yeah,
that is not like.
Yeah, I don't think that's why they did that. I think that's just that mentality. But yeah, the times are hard though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not denying that times are tough, but that's not why they're there at the Drip store. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, so
Time is hard. Yeah, I mean, stock market has fucking got hit big this past week.
Well, David, you got out of Disney at a good time. That's not.
I mean, and my wife, me and my wife lost. I mean, we bought it at 150, and we sold it for. I think we sold it at 80 something.
Let me see what it's at now. It's it's 83 right now.
In a way, we did okay, but just overall, our Citibank was, we got it at what, 40 something. Right now is at what, 50. I think it's at 50 something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still okay, but to lose, oh God, 12 points, almost 10 points in a day, that hurt. I mean, just
if you're long term, you should buy more, but it's only a really good quality stock. But man, the whole market just got decimated. It was just awful to see.
I didn't know that.
And I always think of tough times when I drive by that cemetery and see that guy selling chicken. It's like, wow, times are tough.
Ron, just go there and support him and buy a plate.
There are people just buy it. It's funny, I guess he gets it sell it for cheaper because there's no overhead, right? He doesn't
Yeah.
have to pay for rent or anything. He's just selling on the street.
He's undercutting other restaurants. I'm sure there's gonna be a battle.
I guess. There have been a couple of restaurants that closed nearby that area, but
Yeah.
God, cemetery food. I can't stomach that, man.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like, ew.
That is really weird. I don't know.
Probably gotta bless it before you start taking a bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just overall, it's hard time right now. Hard. I
Yeah.
have put up 3 major key book on IG,
Mm.
hoping that I'll get an offer or something. Nothing. I put NYX3, nothing. I put
Times are tough.
98, nothing.
Yeah.
I put Edge of Spider-Verse signed by Jason Latour, nothing. I mean, I put it up to a point where it was decent what is selling average on eBay. I was kind of hoping that people will kind of put an offer, but nothing.
Yeah. Overall, it is not a good time to sell right now.
No.
Might as well just hang on for a while and
Yeah.
wait a couple of years.
What's that one we sold recently? The
Oh, the pop fizz or
was it
whatever.
Pop Fizz or
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a good time for that.
Yeah, it's a good time for the Pop Fizz. We just sold our pop thing or whatever. It's the Adam Hughes.
The one we were talking about earlier.
Pop
Yeah.
Kills?
Yeah.
Pop kills.
Pop Kills, yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. We just sold that one and we did pretty good. We did pretty good on that one. So I think we sold that one at the right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just because people are liking like the new variants that are coming
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah. It was signed. So.
Which one was this? Was this the second print or the first print?
Second.
print.
Yeah.
We didn't.
The second print. Oh.
Yeah. The 400 or something. Yeah. Yeah, we did pretty good on it. We didn't.
Yeah, if you invest, how much was that book when it came out? $100, I think.
I don't know what we paid for it.
I think
I
it
didn't
was,
buy it.
It was whatever it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe 100 or I don't know. Maybe
yeah, it was
I don't know.
$100, limited
Yeah.
to 1,000 print run, and that was a sign by Palomari and whatever, and
Amanda Connor and Jimmy
Connor.
Palmiotti.
Yeah. Mm.
they had a signed version. I sold most of it that week that I got it, so I made okay money, but I still have the naked version of that Adam Hughes.
I like the one with the shirt more, but
Yeah.
we didn't get the Kickstarter or whatever that first one.
Oh, the first one, yeah, that's one's still selling average about $1,000 right now.
Yeah, it's still
Me.
going for a bit. Yeah.
I saw one go for about 600 the other day.
Let's wait until it goes down to 300.
Yeah.
Oh,
200.
shit, talking about going down. Did you see I was doing a video, right?
I
About
saw your video. Yeah.
about 5 key issue books on a market merchant
I
thing.
saw that.
And
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, the second print. Oh my god.
Yeah.
$199.
Yeah.
I was like shocked to hear that because I haven't been paying attention.
Right.
And that's the one that we thought about getting at one point.
Probably when Captain Marvel movies were out, that's probably the height of the prices.
Yeah.
We're in April now, so in a couple months, Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts are coming out. I wonder what's going to happen to those comic books. Probably nothing, because the economy is so bad.
Yeah. I kind of think a lot of that spec stuff's kind of halfway dead now too. Like
Dead.
It was
Dead.
dead for a
It's
while, but
freaking-
I think it's starting.
Yeah,
it's starting again.
it might start. Yeah, I think it's starting up again, but I think it's I don't know. I think it's kind of halfway dead, but I don't know.
I swear to God, when I was in that video, my heart just dropped. Like, God, this book was like 1,200. At the book was about $1,600 to $1,800 in the night.
That's a tough pill to swallow, man. I don't know what to say about that.
I'm like $199. Like,
Yeah.
I'll break even if I sell this book because I
Yeah.
bought it for $165.
Yeah, just hold on to it, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll go back up at some point, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It probably will.
That character is it can never rebound because they made her into fucking mutant. It's like Jesus. I mean, the character, the storyline, everything, even the book. Okay, even the books that they bring out. I mean, it's
Well, it
unreadable.
definitely had so much potential, but I
Yeah.
don't know where that potential is now.
Unreadable. It's like it's like
Uncollectible.
uncollect. Yeah, and they go into probably issue 8 and they restart again with the issue number 1. It's like, why you keep doing this?
Yeah.
Why? Come on. Miss Marvel is when I first read her comic book, it was decent. It was okay. It was relatable to a point where okay, I can kind of understand a kid middle school, high school kid going through with the superpower, like Peter Parker. When it's that attachment that I had. Then they just screwed everything over.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a scene in the Daredevil Born Again series going on right now where they talk about Miss Marvel. He shows a little pop Funko. So when you watch it, David, you'll see it, and then you'll kind of go, why did they even need to include that in the story? It's just
well, actually,
not
I
worth
watched
talking
I
about.
watched it, and
Oh,
to
did
me,
you?
yeah,
Oh,
and it was cringing to a point where this is none of the storyline that Daredevil is irrelevant to what the
totally irrelevant. Yeah,
story is all about. Why do you need to put Kamala Khan there?
yeah, I
What?
know. It was just sad to even mention it.
I thought the show
Before
was cute though, like the
Which one?
Miss Marvel
Oh.
show.
yeah, I enjoyed. No doubt about it. I enjoyed the show. I did.
Yeah, I didn't
enjoy
watch
it.
that one.
Well, the show was okay.
Miss Marvel.
Don't get me
I like
wrong.
the show.
I'm not saying that the show was
Well
shit.
done.
It's her comic book is the crappers.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
The comic book, the first series, the first volume of Miss Marvel as Kamala Khan, it was a decent read. It was a decent read. Even Captain Marvel, her first volume was okay. It was a decent read, but then after it just got to a point where fuck. I mean, it's like god damn it. Like why waste money and fucking this money on just printing this stupid ass books? Like I just don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
It's just give us some quality read. Like the Batman 158, The Hush. I was not expecting anything, and I was reading through it. And I'm like, oh, action after action.
Yeah, that's what you gotta have to do with comic books. You gotta just keep your expectations low. Don't expect
Well, and
anything.
and the other thing is that John, who's the writer? Jeff, no, not Jeff John. Who's that? Loeb?
Oh, Jeff Loeb.
Jeff Loeb. He's doing a decent read. On top of that, Jim Lee is doing the pencil and Scott Williamson is doing coloring. So overall, the interior, the art, everything is just has a it brings me back to the very first Hush,
Is
But
there like a rare variant of it being sold at a high price or no?
well, they did a giant size Batman 158 is a bigger than the Treasury. I don't know why they had to do it. Maybe for old people that can't see. I have no idea. But that book is huge. Huge. I don't know why. I don't know
I
why they
have
did.
very little interest.
I don't. But I can say that yeah, the Hush 2 on that 158 Batman 158 was a good read. I'm waiting for the next issue or that part 2 to come out.
So, are you all caught up on Daredevil? You've watched every single episode up till now?
I watched all the way through. He saved the girl
Yeah.
from Muse.
Yeah.
Moose, yeah. But that's the other thing. It's like, how the fuck did he find Muse without doing it?
No, she told him. She told him what train station it was.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she goes. It was near train station 61 or something like that, and that's where he started. Yeah.
Okay. Money just moved around in this market. I believe the new record Invincible is making. Yeah, I even that because the whole hype on the season 3 that came out, and you know, I
I am
have.
really not. I am really not up on my Invincible. I mean, I've heard so much about it. It's Image Comics, right? And it's got a cartoon on Amazon, right?
Yes,
I
yes.
am just not into that thing. I don't know why. It's not interesting to me.
First season I watched it, it was good. Season two, I kind of I watched it one two eggs, but there was some other show that I was more interested in
Yeah, like
watching.
Reacher.
Yeah, like the Reacher. Hey, he's gonna be the new Batman. He's got cast as a new
I
Batman in the
I
DC.
hope so. He should
Yeah.
be.
You're right, Ron.
He should be Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So he got.
The other thing on Amazon that's streaming is something called The Bondsman. Oh, is it
Oh, I
Bondsman?
watched the first two series, two episodes.
I watched all 8 of it. It's so good. It's stupid. It's stupid funny. It's stupid funny, but it's really entertaining. You
Do
know
you
what I
know
mean?
who? You know who
There's that one.
gets me all the time? The only reason I watch it is because of his mom.
Yeah,
His
yeah, yeah.
mom is so hilarious.
Yeah, she's funny.
He is funny.
Yeah, she's talented. The first time I saw that lady was on Speed. She was on the bus,
Plus,
you know,
that's
and she
right.
got killed, right?
It's not
Blown up.
Yeah, that show. That me and my wife were just couldn't stop laughing because Kevin Bacon is all right. You can kind of see that he's getting old, but
Yeah,
just
yeah.
overall, like, but the mom is just oh,
She's a great actress. She's
hilarious.
really good at acting. Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed it. I watched every episode. It
Oh,
was
you
good
binge
fun.
watched it, huh?
So what I did is I watched the first episode and then I went away. I said, "Is this really worth watching?" And then I binge watched the other 7. It was just good. It probably should have just been a movie, but I enjoyed the way they had it as a streaming show.
Well, Spill Comics, what's up? Emma Frost is gaining more popularity due to Marvel Rival. You know that game itself has made so much record breaking. People are just downloading and playing, and yeah, lot of the characters like Luna Snow. Like, who cares about that character? But seems like she's one of the characters. You know, Jeff the Shark, whatever. You know, and now you got Emma Frost. So it is interesting to see where this gonna which character they're gonna speculate soon.
You know, Emma Frost is such a cool villain,
She
but they
is.
do not take advantage of her. They don't exploit her powers or her wickedness or whatever. You just don't see enough of how much damage she could do, right? I mean, like I was surprised how much they capitalized on Scarlet Witch. She was way more powerful than I thought. They could do the same thing with Emma Frost, and they just haven't.
No. Um Emma Frost, what's the other characters that they're not really bumping into? I mean, into when it comes to mutant is uh they did a well to me the most one of the most interesting character for me is Rogue.
Yeah, but I really don't know what she does.
You know,
I, I, I mean, I don't get her, to be honest.
the only thing that I see about Rogue is her relationship with Gambit. Is like I don't want to see that. You know,
Yeah, I
put
don't see
her
it.
with Kitty Pride. Put her with Kitty Pride.
Okay.
You know, and make a story out of it. I think that would be a good mix. You know, but yeah, Emma Frost. There's a lot of mutant characters that they should really focus on because they do have an intriguing power to do like a lot of damage. Like you said, a lot of damage. You know,
Yeah.
so it's just
Well, I don't know.
and just overall Marvel, just fucking just make a comic book that we like to read. I mean, just don't put book out there just because of the title.
Right.
You know, Amazing Spider-Man is a piece of crap.
Yeah, that's too bad.
You know, even Miles Morales comic book is trash. You can't fucking read that anymore. Now I know why that character's book has plummeted all the way to $700 on a book that should be averaging about 1,000. You know, because the storyline and the build up and everything is just trash. Like
Well, it's pretty well written early on, wasn't it?
it was, yes, the first volume of
Yeah.
all new, all whatever that ultimate. It was done to a point where, oh yeah, okay, it's pretty much it's like mirroring Peter Parker, but because due
Yeah.
to the different ethnic background and his father being a police officer and all, you you kind of it resonated with me to a point where I was interested in the character. You know, the
Yeah.
the whole thing that he has to go through learning again and learning. It was fun to read that going through again through a whole new different character. But now is like I can't even relate to it. Like what, really, what? And that's when I said, fuck it. Now like I said, now I know why. Miles Morales is not. It's because I can see the kids not gonna understand or nor want to relate to the stupid storyline they're doing. You know.
Speaking of stupid storyline, I like how on Bondsman, the mother's looking up the monster powers on Wikipedia. It is just so funny. Let me look this up.
Yeah, I know. And like, what was the second one with the water? It's called. It was yeah, something. And she's on the thing. It's like, oh, just don't be around water, okay? Just be safe out there. And it's fucking surrounded by water. I tell you, the mom is the one that getting me through this whole episode because she's. Have you watched it, Yvonne? Joe? It's called The Bondsman on Prime
Kevin Bacon.
with Kevin Bacon.
Okay. Yeah. No, I saw the preview thing to it. It looked kind of interesting, but
It's great special
hilarious.
effects. It's really good
Yeah.
special effects.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
okay. Yeah.
I'll check
Yeah. I
Not
was thinking
Kevin
about watching
Bacon.
that.
Pay attention or be focused on his mom, okay? Because she's
Alright.
she's like the most like Christian person, but at the same time she's very level-headed.
Yeah.
Cusses like a sailor.
Yeah, cuss like a sailor, and like it's just classic. I enjoy watching. I saw the first three episode on that, and I think I'm gonna watch the remaining of it this week. Talking about
Yeah, you really need good writers like that for comic books. I mean, I can only think of a handful right now, like Jason Aaron and Matt Fraction, but there's just not enough good storytellers out there.
Yeah.
because they all fucking left. I mean, Mark
Yeah.
Millar was doing a great freaking and who you got?
What's he
Jeff
even
Lemire. You had Jeff Lemire. You had Mark Millar. You had Hickman. You had Hickman. You had Bendis. Bendis could be hit and miss, but still, he did some really great runs on the Ultimates and Guardians of the Galaxy. He did some real good with freaking Daredevil as well. But some of his writers, like God, Charles Soule. I mean, come on, enough is enough. I mean, fuck, man, Jesus, just focus on 2 freaking titles and trying to make that right instead of doing like 4, 5, 6 titles.
Yeah.
And start stretching Chip Zdarsky. I mean, just give him fucking 1 title to do. Like Hickman is fucking killing it in Ultimate Spider-Man in the second volume. He's still doing a decent to a point where people will come in and read it. And Jeff Loeb, please don't screw this fucking Hush 2 up because I enjoyed the first one. But other than that, the other writer can just go to hell because they're fucking just having collectors waste their money on freaking idiotic fucking titles.
We haven't really been reading anything. The last thing that we really read hardcore was like the Something's Killing the Children stuff. And then they take these big giant breaks.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I've already
Then you
lost it.
forget about the title.
Yeah, it's like, man, okay, it's been a year now. I'm done. Like, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I've read the first two volumes of that. It was a great
Yeah.
read, but
Yeah,
other
it was
than
really good. We liked it. Yeah.
that, even Saga, they made it. They were on a fucking 1 year hiatus and they came back, but there was, but it was still a strong. I mean, they still got the same creators,
Yeah.
making the story. So even though they took a 1 year off, it's you can go back in and still kind of say, oh, it's still a great story. I haven't read the new
Yeah.
Saga, but still, even what is that with Marjorie Liu and Saketa,
Monstrous.
Monstrous. Even that was a pretty good read too. They're in a hiatus as well, but I think they just released issue number 30 something, or was it 20 something?
They're doing another comic book as well, but I forget the title of it.
Yeah, like, but still, it's like 80% of the freaking writers for Marvel for Marvel especially is just fucking crap. I mean,
I guess you can run out of ideas and get writer's block, but look at what they did with Bondsman. I have never seen storyline like that before. It was just so creative.
it is.
was
It is, but it kind of reminds me of the two brothers. Is what is that? They went on the 18th season. Jesus.
Is the
What-
Bondsman? Is it based on a comic book?
I don't know.
No,
I don't think so.
there was no credit to any comics
Yeah,
or
I
writing.
don't think so. It would be a hell of a comic, though.
Okay.
Hey, if you guys want to watch a good show with a great twist, it's a
Yeah.
it's a 6 episode. It's a Korean drama called Karma. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just
We just got
it's-
through watching Mr. Plankton. Have you seen that one?
no, I couldn't watch
That's
it.
good.
I couldn't watch
Did
it.
you try to watch it?
Yeah, I saw the first 3, but I couldn't. I just told my wife you can watch it without me.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, we liked it. It was
Uh,
sad,
But yeah, go watch Karma. Karma is a good show. You say towards the end, like, what the fuck? That's the kind of freaking story that I would love to read in a comic book. But it's that
Yeah.
that show Karma was done on a webtoon. It is an anime. It is a cartoon, but really well story. It's a well told story. I mean, it's done really well. And towards the end, you can say, "Wow, that's fucked up." But yeah. So going back to Sticky Goose, don't have regrets, buddy. Okay. Don't have regrets. We all have regrets, but just regrets, decisions like
It's hard to give him direction at this point because he sort of has it all. He just doesn't know what to do with what he has.
yeah.
Right? I would just say enjoy enjoy what you got. He's got
Yeah.
some cool stuff.
Do research before you buy stuff, and if you're going to buy it for monetary reasons, make sure you do research. If you just want it because you love it, don't
Absolutely.
worry about it. Don't worry about whether it makes money or whatever. You don't want to overpay for something, but
Well, I mean, even if you don't care if it makes money, you'd still like to have it retain value.
you like to
right?
have it
Like,
retain
at
value, yeah,
least
but
close, right?
yeah, at least make sure you're not overpaying for something. But if you do and you love it, I mean, I guess it's
You just bought it at the wrong time.
you just bought it at the wrong time, yeah. So.
yeah, that's after that the market has crashed.
Yeah.
But imagine that market during the COVID still stays
Right.
through now. I wonder if he's going to be still bitching and cracking open all those fucking CDC.
Yeah.
It's after the fact that we all can say we could have done this, we could have done that. Like shit, I could have sold all of my comic book during the freaking COVID and came out ahead, and
Oh man.
and like
Yeah.
1/3 of it and get it back again.
Yeah, I know. I would love to be able to go back and sell everything we had and then just buy it all back again later at a fraction of the,
Yeah.
fourth of the price,
I mean, that's like
right?
everyone hindsight's
I know,
always
yeah, but
2020,
yeah.
man.
But that's the hindsight. I mean, we can always
Yeah, I
look
know.
back and say, "Oh, we did good. Oh shit, I could have done this." And I think
Yeah.
that's the same shit that Sticky Goose, but he's just reaction to his
Yeah,
his,
I
his
think.
emotional reaction is just fucking so negative to a point where
Yeah,
Would this have happened though if like the whole Comic Tom incident didn't happen? Like, or is that?
did that kind of
no, that after the Comic Tom, I mean, this guy went just
I think he
cuckoo.
was already on a low because of that, though. Like, I don't know if all this would have.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is hard to bounce back from that.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
And he even announced that he's done with YouTube, you know. Then month later he comes back making another
Yeah.
YouTube video. It's like, come on.
but he cuts the comments off, and now he puts the comments back on. And as soon as he turned those comments back on, did y'all read any of those comments from that one where he's unslabbing his books?
Yeah, I did.
Man, those
read
comments
that.
were like, wow. Turn your comments back
Brutal.
off. I don't know.
Brutal.
Yeah, they were
Quite brutal.
harsh, man. I was like, wow, that's
You know, if he's gonna do anything like that, he should just go live.
yeah.
I think that would be a little bit more, I don't know, more entertaining, I guess, instead of watching it on a recorded freaking video. Just go
I don't
live.
know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the point is. It's like,
Yeah.
But the point is that the live reaction to his cracking video, the comments will be a little bit more brutal than
While he's doing
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah,
while
Like,
he's
he's
doing
not
it,
really
like-
good live. Like,
Yeah.
we saw him on what's his name's.
Oh. Yeah. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
The Mighty Collectibles, whatever, like Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence's mighty. Yeah. Yeah, that didn't go over so well for
Yeah,
anybody. Yeah. It kind of turned into a shit show. Yeah,
Real fast,
it got wild real fast. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, well, Dan, your collections are a little bit more. I wouldn't say it's different, but you do collect different books, rarity books and things. And but you know, if you watch Sticky Goose videos, he's not into those kind of books that you collect or
yeah, right.
He thought he collect minor keys, major keys, you know, first appearances and things like that. And most of the books that he had invested was during the Copper and Bronze Age,
Right.
on his first appearances that was all speculated and just didn't pan out. And
And he paid the COVID price. You know, he paid those pandemic prices for them when they were like at the all-time highs and stuff.
and it's not a rare book. You know, those
Right.
books you can find it on eBay. Every
Yeah.
time you log in, you will have hundreds of those books. Not maybe in a high grade, raw definitely is out there.
Yeah.
You know, so
But I will say, at least like they're still good books.
They're still
right?
good
Like,
books,
they're
though.
not,
Yeah,
like,
he has a
promo
good.
books.
No, he's got a good
I'm not
They
collection.
are
saying
kind
he
of
has
promo
a
books
crap
in
book.
the time frame.
Yeah,
but
just bought at the wrong time. And
Yeah, there are
They're
some
not like
comic
the-
books. There are some
Yeah.
comic books that I know that Comic Tom and some other editors probably hyped it up due to
Yeah.
speculation.
right.
know?
Yeah.
what I mean, like they're not like new releases that are
No,
like,
Right.
you know, go up and then instantly.
They are
down,
bronze
like,
and
to,
yeah,
like,
they are
a
Bronze
couple
Age
months later.
keys
They're at
and
least like
some Silver Age
keys, like-
keys and Bronze Age. They're legit keys and they're legit books. They're just got a bit way too much.
Yeah. And some people would comment it like, "Oh, look at the first appearance of Kang," you know,
Yeah.
in that Avenger. I forgot what issue, but like
I think it's
people were
number
bitching
8.
about, "Oh, where are
Yeah.
they now?"
Very
Yeah.
few people cared about Kang before
Yeah.
all that. Like,
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
did you
right.
care? Yeah, exactly, Yvonne. Did you care about Kang before it was
Nobody
speculated
did.
and announced? No. Then why
Yeah.
would you go out and fucking buy that kind of book?
Yeah.
Stupid kind
At
of
those
price.
at those prices, you know, yeah. Unless you really, if you like the character and you do that stuff, dude, yeah, that's fine, but not to way overpay for it. Like, there's stuff we just refuse to buy no matter how much we liked it because I'm not paying that for that. I'm not
No.
doing it.
I
I love that
still
character.
buy
I
it if
love
it
this
was
book, but I
$100.
absolutely refuse to pay that for this book. I'm not doing it.
No.
And we ended up not getting the book because of it, and we still don't have
we
it.
still don't have it. But
You know, and I still won't pay those kind of prices for it. You know,
And
it's like,
I wouldn't pay $100 on a fucking comic book on a character. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, Polaris. what's that?
Yeah.
X-Men so and so. Who cares about that character? You know,
Right.
I don't care. You might care. I
Right.
don't. So you may want to pay $300-400. Go ahead, but don't bitch about it when they fucking when it never pans out.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's not just you, Sticky. It's just pretty much all collectors
Yeah.
have done this, but it's just to a point where they don't do what you do. You know. We all. God, I can show you fucking many books that I spent so much, but it just crashed out. I look at my Ultimate Fallout number 498. I spent
Yeah.
$1,700 on that stupid book, thinking that would be the freaking lowest, but right now it's selling at $700. Average GPA 700.
Yeah.
I lost $1,000.
Yeah. It was selling for about 3,000 for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah.
3,200.
3,200. Yeah. I thought it was around 3. Yeah, maybe 3 to 35. Yeah, for a while. I wish we would have sold it then. We ended up selling ours, but it wasn't for that 3,000 price. I wish we would have done that. Wish we would have done that, but we didn't. But I think that's a keeper book, though. I think it's probably
the
right.
only reason I'm keeping that book is I had faith in that book. I read the character. I enjoy his thing, and even though right now this going on issue is a fucking crap, but still, the characters still do have potential. And guess what?
Think so.
And guess what? Tom Holland's not going to be the Spider-Man forever.
Right.
Eventually, they're going to bring out Miles. They have to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I definitely hold on to that
If
one.
Miles comes, then you got Gwen, you got Spider-Gwen, you know. And so
I believe in those characters. Yeah, I just don't.
Them.
I never would have paid 3,000 for it though.
That makes no sense.
Yeah,
and some people,
a lot of people
where it's
did.
at right now, like it's not a.
I think
bad
right about where
buy,
it's at right now might be kind of, justifiable. Yeah, I mean, I don't think might still drop a little bit more.
It's still
but
a lot of money, though.
It's still a lot of money. Yeah,
it's very plentiful. But
there's a ton, but
there's ton.
There's millions. I know because I used to buy the damn book for $5 each.
Yeah,
when it was still polybagged and thing, but still to a point where it is a great character to me to have in my collection. Maybe not you. Like you might like Kang. I don't give a crap about Kang.
Right. I read Kang. I read some comic books with Kang in it, and he was a pretty powerful, badass character. But I would not go out and spend money to get his first appearance or early appearances. I just don't care that much.
Well, that's the thing. If you want his very first appearance, then you need to go to Fantastic Four issue number 4 of was it 5?
When the Dr. Doom.
It's not.
No,
he's talking about Kang.
Oh, Kang. Okay, yeah.
When he was like
when he was a rum.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Like
number 9? Is it 19?
It was 19.
I think it's 19 or 18. Isn't it? Or
yeah,
Red
that
Ghost?
was.
I don't know. I can't remember. That might be the Red Ghost.
Yeah, the Dr. Doom.
It's in the teens, I believe. Yeah.
Wasn't okay. Wait, it was Ramadan.
It's not
4. Was the first
Kang.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the puppeteer as well too?
He's been no, not that, but he's been a few things though. Yeah,
that's a number 8, and that's my favorite cover. Like one of my favorite covers of all time.
Number 8. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Weapon and Squall comics say if Peter never grows up, then where does Miles go? Well, the thing is, Peter Parker has not aged in freaking over 65 years.
Yeah.
No, well, let me take that back. He did age, and during the time of when they did, Saga's clones, clones conspiracy. He was old and so, but even in volume 4 of Spider-Man, when Cindy Moon becomes a Silk, he was an older Peter Parker, but in what I'm saying is, I don't know in the comic book, but in the MCU, you can't have Tom Holland be the Spider-Man over and over again. Eventually, they'll need to find a new Spider-Man or reboot the whole thing. And to me, if you instead of rebooting it, why don't you just introduce a whole new Spider-Man, which is the Miles Morales that you
I think
have.
that's 100% the best way to go with it. Yeah, is Miles Morales.
But what have they done so far? Like
Yeah,
they've
Well, they haven't.
recast it like 3 different times.
yeah, yeah,
y- Yeah, yeah, because that was Sony, but now
yeah. Now
you.
it's Marvel. Marvel bought it back. Yeah, so it's a little different now, I guess. But if they're smart, I think they'll go with Miles Morales and
I hope so
boost
because
their comic book stuff and the comic book popularity and the movie popularity. Probably, I think it'd be a good idea for them to do that. But
yeah, to me it's to a point where enough of this once 616 universe and just
Yeah.
do another whole new universe without being intertwined as what they're trying to do with this multiverse.
yeah,
I I'll be okay with that.
did you watch the? Have you seen the Brave, like the Captain America, the Brave New World, or whatever it is?
Not yet.
I seen it.
I saw one of the clips where the Red Hulk was there, and the graphics looked so crappy.
Yeah.
Like it looks so bad. I'm like, I don't think I ever want to watch that. It looks so bad.
Okay, I got a thing for me. I got a thing. Okay, this new captain, the Falcon, he never had the super serum, did he?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
so
No.
keep that in mind. He's just an average Joe, right? That has a fast reflex and he works out. He could be like Dwayne Johnson. It's just
Right.
physically stronger than average Joe. All right. There was a scene where Red Hawk got a piece of that American flag from the White House and he swanged it
Yeah.
and he blocked it.
With his hand?
He blocked it. Okay. There was a
What?
scene where he
Like a
blocked it.
flagpole? Yeah. Yeah. No.
He okay. There's no way in hell a Hulk fucking just swing a freaking American flag, a White House white flagpole at you at the speed, and he blocks it. You would have broke every single freaking bone and died.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. He would have
Did
flown
he
like
at
a
least block
big.
it with the shield?
No,
or
it's with his
hands?
hands. Yeah.
Regardless if it's a shield
It's
or not.
still.
No, if it's
Yeah.
a shield, it makes more sense.
No, it makes zero
'cause
sense.
Okay,
Stand in front of a bus with a
Hey,
shield and see what happens
It's
to you.
adamantium.
Stand in front of a
like, or vibranium,
It doesn't
whatever
matter.
it
Your
is,
body
like,
can't withhold your body cannot withhold the impact.
You're right. You're right.
So stand in front of a bus with a vibranium shield and see what happens. You're dead. It'll crush
Even
you.
Steve,
It'll pulverize your
even the
bones.
Captain America, Steve
Yeah.
Rogers, even the
Not if you're
physics,
super
the
duper.
logical physics, when
Yeah.
Hulk punches shield, he ricocheted back.
Yeah.
Okay, with the super serum.
Yeah.
This dude didn't have any super serum, and
Right.
he did not budge.
Yeah.
It's in his
And
heart.
Yeah.
From then on, I just say, you know
Just
what?
like
I'm
Sniper
gonna watch
Island.
this as
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking comedy. I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but to me, it was a comedy to a point when average Joe, regardless vibranium shield or not, cannot go against a Red Hulk like that.
If you in real life, those,
Yeah.
those guys that do the strongman contest and they lift 700 pounds and these boulders and all that kind of crap. You take somebody like that and you give them a shield like that, and the Hulk hits him with the flagpole.
Oh, he'll be flying.
He's dead, dude. He's gonna die.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's
Yeah.
dead. Okay.
Do you watch these movies for realism?
Oh, but there gotta be
No,
some
but there
type
has to
of
be some-
realism into it.
Yeah.
Like it. I've been talking about this on a 9.2. There's no way a Superman can give birth to Lois Lane could never conceive a
Right.
Superman's child without
Right.
killing her,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
but they did.
Yeah.
So realistically, okay, if you read, fine. But the thing is, give it a little realistic thing. Give him a super serum and saying, okay, now you're the so and so.
Yeah.
Don't let him be an average Joe thinking that he can go on against the Red Hulk. I don't
Yeah.
care, Red Hulk, Green Hulk, Purple Hulk, She-Hulk, whatever.
Yeah.
He would have been dead in the first 20
Yeah.
minutes in that movie.
Yeah.
So that is a big significant plot hole. What is the explanation? How was he able to block it?
Because his name is Captain America now.
He blocked it with his vibranium
put on the suit.
ring and shield, but to a point where
Technology, maybe.
the-
I don't know.
the the
I don't know. I still haven't seen it, so
Yeah.
let's
I
say
mean,
you
realistically, it's really the same thing with Iron Man too. There's still like a human body in that, and his body wouldn't be able to take the impact of the stuff that I don't care what kind of technology it is. It's still going to crush. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, that's the
it'll
whole
still crush.
thing.
You know?
Even though he was in it, you could hear him every time when he gets shot or hurt. He would go,
Yeah.
oh, oh. You know,
Yeah.
he would grunt, and you would hear that. You know,
Yeah.
but okay, me as a golfer, I have a 7-iron club, right? I
Right.
hit the ball and it vibrates, and
Right.
it rips the skin off my
Yeah.
paws if I don't
Right.
hold it right. Imagine if Hulk hits the shield. Imagine the vibration. He would break your shatter the bones in your body.
Yeah. Yeah. It would. Yeah. You can't handle the impact. Yeah.
No. So with that said, MCU, get it fucking right, man. Give him give him the super serum. Give the man a super serum so he can at
Well,
least survive.
they must have gave him the super serum.
No, he did not. He did not.
It would make no sense then.
Right.
No.
neither does Batman beating Superman in any.
Oh
Capacity.
no. He used
Kryptonite.
kryptonite.
Yeah. That's the only way. Yeah. But I mean, technically, couldn't we beat Superman with kryptonite?
No.
He can't. There's no way. There's nobody can beat Superman unless you have the green powder, the green rock, the kryptonite.
Yeah.
And that's what Batman used in the Zack Snyder. That was the
Yeah.
only reason that he could beat the crap out of the Superman because of kryptonite.
Yeah.
There's so many flaws in these movies.
That's
And
too
we still-
bad.
We still
That's
Just
really
enjoy the movie. Just
and I
enjoy
did.
the movie.
I enjoyed the movie, but there's some aspect of it like, God, this guy could have been dead and this movie would have been over.
Yeah.
They killed
Yeah.
the Falcon. Who's gonna step up? Like they gotta put another freaking super serum guy up there, and maybe Bucky Barnes steps up. I don't know,
Yeah.
but there's no way in hell that he would have survived that thing. But
Hmm.
it's just
Yeah.
my intake on that movie. Oh, talk about that intake. I have ordered. Oh God, where did it go? I have ordered Pops Now, and they did. God, I can't find it now. Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Let me just solo myself out. All right. On the time that this movie came out, Falcon and the Brave New World,
Mhm.
it pops now. You order it and you get a variant little print and you get a parallel, and and I got the green foil number
Oh.
2.
Wow,
Cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
isn't it?
Yeah. That's very cool.
So yeah, number 299. But I wanted the other one with the shield and had the Hulk,
Yeah.
onto it. That's the super low print, but
Hmm.
I got the green, so I was very happy with that. They also did that with I think they're gonna do that with Thunderbolts. I hope they do that with Superman and have the crypto, but yeah, that was pretty much it. I think that's it, and go back to Sticky Goose.
Can't let him go, huh?
This is not the panel. This is not the panel. This is just my personal opinion. You're a fucking idiot. You are an idiot to crack open all those CDC books. You should have just left it and sell it and take your loss.
I'd like to believe that he's just trying to find his way, but I don't think that's what's going
What
on.
way? There's
Something is
no way.
clear.
He
Right,
came to a dead end. Right? His path. He hadn't hoped to have a freeway built for his channel when he invited Comic Tom. Comic Tom had demolished his whole plan, and he's the government saying, no, you're not building anything, I'm going to block you. You're not going to get any support. And that's came to a dead end. And what does he do when you come to a dead end? You make a U-turn and go back. But he decided to just drive through the freaking rumbles of the thing that he's trying to build, and it's just there is no way he can come back from that. And you can clearly kind of see from his video that he is being desperate, and there's desperate
Okay,
people.
I don't believe that there is a way he could come back.
Okay,
He could just start being normal. Like,
what is normal?
That's what I would say too. Exactly.
Yeah. But that doesn't get, that won't get views, and it won't get controversy, and it won't get people talking and stuff like that. And I think that's the whole point of it.
Exactly. I think he could be doing this just to get people to doggy pile on him and say, "Look how stupid I am," and everyone's going to say, "Yeah, you are stupid."
And I have noticed I don't know if they came before or after, but there's like 2 or 3 videos now where people are like, is it a waste of time to grade books, and is CGC a scam and all that kind of stuff. And so there's,
so we watched Dave
yeah,
Comic Book Investments. He did like a video entitled like "Grading is a Scam,"
right?
Because he sent a bunch of books in to get regraded. He didn't press them; he just cracked them and resubmitted them, and a lot of them came back higher grades. But these were ones that he already thought were undergraded, and then he handpicked and thought these are going to get bumps. But a lot of the comments as a result, because of some of these grade bumps, were like, CGC is a scam, grading is a scam. So he did another video, I think, like basically like talking about that no, like these are a set ones out of a bunch that I've submitted. So this is like a very small percentage of the books.
Yeah.
And these are ones that I already thought were maybe undergraded. Like,
has Automatic Comics done some videos similar to like, is the CGC a scam thing too? Or
I don't know.
I thought maybe he did too. Maybe I'm wrong. But I know a couple of people done it. Maybe Swaggle House maybe did one, but there's been a couple of decent sized channels that have done a couple of those videos now. And I can't remember who they are.
Let's ask us that question. Do you think grading is a scam?
No.
No,
I think it is a service, like a service you pay for. I think more times than not, you're going to get back what you thought it was if you know how to grade. Like, and they do like detection for restoration, conservation,
Yeah, there's things I don't understand sometimes. Like, why does this book have tape or glue, and it's minor and it's restored, and this one doesn't, and and this one does, and it's not restored, and I never know when. Like, how am I supposed to be able to tell if it's going to be restored whenever it's not anything that's even structurally holding the book together, but they call it minor restoration or with a little bit of glue on it? Like, I don't understand.
It's kind of like the rules in the NFL. None of it makes sense sometimes, right? They have this call.
Yeah,
that's holding. That's not holding.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right. Yeah.
So
they've been doing it the whole game, and they don't call it, and then all of a sudden they want to call it this one time, and it's the least of all of them they've done. Like that's that you call a hold on that and nothing on anything else for the whole game. You got to be kidding me. What the hell's a hold now?
Well, but even so, I'm glad that NFL came in, because a lot of people think that NFL is a scam as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, all those sports, like the NBA, some of that stuff's just unwatchable now. Like the NBA and the NFL, like the referee is so bad. It's like, it's nearly unwatchable sometimes. It's unbearable to watch. So you got to be kidding me. I can't watch this.
But in overall, so Yvonne, overall, you think CGC is not a scam? It's more of a service that we look for, or that we requested, and you need to know exactly what to look for to get the grade. Because if you think it's a 9.8, it should come back as a 9.8. If it's a 9.6, it's a close. Right, 9.8, 9.6. What's the difference? Maybe one spine tick, but
well, I also wouldn't go to the point where I call it a scam either. I wouldn't say CBCS or CGC or it's a scam, but I would say the quality of their work has gone down. I bet at one time they had really good graders, and now I don't know what they got.
Yeah, and the whole thing about there's probably lots of 9.9s out there, and we just graded, and we didn't put the work into it to give them 9.9. So a lot of 9.8s out there floating around their 9.9. So go ahead and send them back into us, and you might get a 9.9. I don't like stuff like that
Some
at
of
all.
that stuff
No.
is a
That
little
stuff's really
questionable.
yeah. That's
And
It's a
the whole like it
service.
was a green label and now it's going to get blue.
Yeah.
because we now offer this new service
That kind
to
of crap.
authenticate
Yeah,
your
I don't.
signatures.
I don't like
Some of
that
that
stuff.
stuff is a little.
Yeah, that's
Well,
questionable. I don't like that.
but there is an option. You think that
Yeah.
this is a 98, could be a 99. Now you have that option to send it in, regardless if you have to pay a little bit more. So it's all upon us collectors who's sending it in
Yeah.
because they don't like the
Well,
result of it. They
right.
consider it as a scam. Like
Yeah.
scam is it to me is like grading it just overall, like going back again, is subjective. Everybody sees things differently.
Didn't something like that happen recently with a really expensive book, like Spider-Man #1 or something, in those high, like I want to say it was like some really expensive book
What are you talking about?
where it was one where somebody sent it in and they got it regraded or whatever, and it was like a 9 something or whatever, and it came back like in a 9.8 or something like that. And but it was like much lower than that. And then when they resent it back in, it was like they got like a much higher grade. It was
Yeah, but that okay. So again, that goes back to grading is subjective. A 9.6 to 9.8. That's within the ballpark.
Yeah, I don't really know. I probably shouldn't say anything if I don't know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you.
Yeah, but those I just remember there was like one expensive book that like I think the grade on it was questionable, and they're like, how did this get a 9.8? Whenever blah blah blah, and it didn't. It had some like that keeps it from being a 9.8 kind of issues and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah,
So,
I think there was a couple of heritage book that
Yeah.
That was considered as a 9.8, but you can see the flaws. And if
Yeah.
shows like us would send it in, that would have never gotten a 9.8.
Right. Yeah. So I'm talking about something like that. Yeah. And I can't remember which book it was or what it
But
was.
you
But
can
yeah,
kind of say that is that part of scam. I don't know if it's a scam or not misplaced. I mean, but just overall, CGC is, like I said, what Yvonne would have said
Yeah.
earlier. It's a service that is out there for us collectors to get it encapsulated and to get the grade.
Yeah.
It to me it is a good service, not for the moderns. Like
right.
if you have an action comic or those high value holy grail blue chip key books
Mhm.
that you don't want to keep it in your mind in a top loader,
Yeah.
maybe it might be a good, regardless what the grade will be. If you
Yeah.
want to conserve it, it's a great to just send it in to make sure that to get it graded.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people say the word scam on CGC because I said majority of the people that use CGC is for resale value.
Yeah.
See that,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the point of that was just like it added no value to my books, and they're more valuable not graded, and I wasted all my money on this and blah blah. What's the point?
And that's what Sticky Goose is doing.
Yeah.
But that again is like not everything is worth getting graded.
Right.
Like,
No,
you're not going to increase the value on everything you get
No.
slabbed either.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. So it just is grade what you want, but don't bitch about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
if I
watched
was-
videos before where somebody like they'll get like a 20 something books back, and I was like, man, I wouldn't have graded one single book you just got. Dude. Not freaking one. Why did you get those books? That's a $20 book, dude. Why did you get that graded, man?
Yeah.
That's a $30 book. Why are you getting everything graded like that? Like
It's
there's
a
no
$30 book graded. Like,
yeah, and then you're paying another 20 to get it graded or whatever it is, and it's like
no, I'm saying it's $30
a
worth
great, well, yeah,
already graded.
already
like,
graded, yeah, and it's like I don't know about that, man. And then people that grade these things and they're like, almost everything they got back, not one single book is remotely near whatever grade they thought it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to learn how to. You need to learn how to grade, man, if you're going to be doing this stuff, and what the value of your books are, and what the value of them are at certain grades. Like some books are worth getting graded if it's a 7.5. Most of them aren't.
Okay. Prime example, ladies and gentlemen. I have a price list. It's that a card that is worth only $1. I spent $45 to get this thing remarked and signed.
Yeah.
I spent another $50 to get it graded to ship back to me by CGC. So in overall, when I went to CGC, they asked me what would be the value of this card that you're trying to insure. That's $100. And he goes, but this card is not $100. He say, I told him straight up, it is $100 because one, you charging me $50 to get it graded and for me to ship it and ship it back to me, and I spent another $45 to get this thing remarked and get signed and to get personalized. So that is why I'm saying this card would be $100. So you can lose it, and I'll still get my $100 back. Now, am I regretting to get this thing graded or not? No, I don't regret it because it's just one on one. And this is the card that I'm talking about. It's a Locana card.
Mhm.
It's just it's an average card. It's not a foil. It's not just alternate art. It's not $100. It's just a rare, non-colored. I mean, just a regular. But I decided I wanted to see her and get this thing done by her and get it graded because this is my own personal thing that I finally got to meet one of the Locana artists,
Yeah.
Emerald City Comic Con. But I'm not gonna go there like, oh man, I spent $100 to get this thing graded and so and so. I gotta crack this open because it worked. Not crap now. And like, like no, no, stupid. You
If I was
grade
a
things
juicy
because
girl,
it
I'd give
means
you 1.5 based on your attitude.
it's like yeah. If they're greater, if I was thinking, I'll give that. But you know what I mean is that certain things don't need to have a value for you to get it graded, regardless if it's a card or even though
Yeah.
if it's a freaking comic book. If it means something to you, you want to preserve it, go ahead. But don't
Yeah.
bitch about it because the value of the book has not
Right.
or
Yeah,
panned
we
out.
sent in a bunch of stuff recently that was signed because they were doing it for free, like for the
Yeah.
was it CBCS or
CBCS.
yeah.
But see, the difference, David, is that you knew, like, whenever you're putting your money
Yeah.
into that, you knew that was.
Yeah, you knew what you had, you know what the
Yeah.
card's worth, you know what it's worth as it is, and you know what it's worth when it gets graded and what it's not. So it's
I mean,
worth
well, I
getting
will
graded to you.
kind of get an idea that I know what I'm doing, and regardless what, I will be okay with the loss.
Yeah. Right. That's what I was saying earlier. Like if you love the thing and you do that, sometimes you overpay for stuff and maybe it's not the best idea in the world, but you're still kind of okay because you still got something you really like and
Yeah.
you're okay with it.
So David, just to bring it back a little bit, what do you think Sticky Goose is going to do now with all those cool things in his collection? What do you think he's going to do?
If I was in his mind to a point where I got derailed by one of my, let's say if someone like Alex the comic holder did the same thing to me, what Comic Tom has done to Sticky Goose, and I said, oh fuck, I can't do this no more, and stop making thing to a point where I would be making, I don't know, making tutorial video like, oh, I lost money on this, oh, I did this, oh, I can't believe he had done that. I think I would kind of focus my content on my video to others, like, it'll be a little bit on him because he said, oh, somebody did this, somebody asked me to do this, somebody told me to do this, oh, look, my wall is ruined because of this comic capsule, now I gotta repeat.
So in other words, you'd go over lessons learned.
I was said, okay, I was right now he's focusing his negativity on himself because that's the thing that he feel comfortable with, that he has control over. Watch within a month or two, he already done Polybag and Bag Boy. He already did Comic Capsule. He already did CGC. What he's gonna complain about? They're probably gonna complain about eBay, something that he bought, and it was not something that he.
Whatnot.
Yeah,
Whatnot, yeah.
Whatnot. He's gonna do Whatnot video. Like I think Alex the comment holder did Whatnot videos. Like one of the sellers, he got a book and he started bitching about it. But it's a Whatnot. What do you expect? Is like, to me, it's like, don't expect the same thing that you would do as a collector thing. You will get your negative and stuff. But going back to Sticky, what he would do right now, I think he would once again be himself and talk crap about other channels, other people, and things like. He's gonna go back to himself again.
Gosh, if
He
I was
already
in his
has
shoes,
though, no?
I don't know.
No, but he's going to go back to overall. Oh yeah, Jay Salsa. I would definitely get that thing graded because that only comes maybe once a year. Uh, it's a once a year. It's a ghost of a book. I mean, you paid one guy. I think the recent sale on that was $125. That book does not come out often, and if you
Yeah.
want it, if it's a 9.8 candidate, I would definitely would send it out and just hold on to it because if that's your personal thing, I got it for my own person. I probably will send it out one way or another. But it yeah, it's the Popeye 1 out of 10. Is the Steve Purcell? Is the Popeye in a small little thing with the mermaid? It's not an
Yeah.
easy
Oh, I
book
like
to
that.
find.
I'd get it graded.
Yeah, I like that
I would
cover.
get
Yeah.
it too.
I'd get it graded.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's up, Comic and Cultures? Hello, hello. We're just talking crap about Sticky Goose and what that evil mind is thinking and probably people do.
I hate to talk crap about the guy because I do actually like him. I wouldn't have slabbed all the books he did, and I wouldn't have unslabbed them. That's all I'm saying. I just
Yeah.
Yeah.
the course of action he took is just it's nonsense, actually. And
Yeah.
with
It's
all
a
the,
weird way to go. Yeah.
and
Well,
I wonder if he's just trying to get an audience, you know, just
look,
to
I
see.
mean, I think that's what it is. I
Yeah. I
think
think so.
he has a life that he needs to pretend for who he is, which is he worked for a dentistry, which he is not a private, it's not a person, it's not a private practice. It's a company that has multiple dentists that work for one company,
Yeah.
and he has to get along with his people, with his peers or whatever, co-workers or co-doctors and thing. I don't think he's happy because that's not who he is.
Yeah.
Mm,
I think
I also don't think that what we're seeing is who he is either.
No.
Like,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
you
I
can't
think
really
it's
judge somebody based upon some videos they make on YouTube for clicks and views and stuff like that. It doesn't really represent maybe who he is as a man or as a human being altogether. If that kind of makes sense. But the thing that gets me is that like he turned the comments back on for that video. So obviously, like he wants some kind of smoke or some kind of attention with stuff like that,
but
or he
yeah,
wouldn't have.
I
He
mean
just would have left the
he
comments
loves
off.
attention. I think everybody us in here has some type of a narcissism
Yeah,
that we want some
and you
type
know
of
what? It's working because what are we talking about right now?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it
Well,
works. Yeah,
the reason
it
I'm
gets people
talking
to watch
about
the
it is because
videos.
I just don't understand like how a collector in collector's mind would spend tens of thousands of dollars on getting it graded and cracking it open, saying, you know what, I'm done with. Have a regret on getting this. It's like, then just sell the fucking thing. Why you would want to crack it open?
Yeah,
It, like I said, it could be a narcissism that he wants, that he wants attention, and it's
yeah,
fine. You know, then it's fine.
yeah. And like Legend says, it's like Jerry Springer. There's no substance or value there, but everybody
Yeah,
everybody tunes
it's
in to watch the train wreck.
right. So
Yeah.
so a perfect example of that is Mercenaut. So back in the day, everyone would watch every Mercenaut video, but then eventually it got to a point where it was kind of like boring.
Jay also.
And so I think maybe this is what Sticky Goose is trying to avoid. He just wants to get that attention onto his channel.
Well, well, you can't compare Mercenaut with Sticky Goose.
Well, I'm saying they're the opposite, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Sticky
the
Goose
thing
is trying to avoid that.
well, the thing is that I get two reactions. I get people like Mercenaut or Alex, the comic holder. We got this collectors. I learned something. I learned something saying, "Oh, that book has so and so. Oh, I didn't know that was a first appearance. I didn't know that was a ghost of a book. Yeah, there's truly. I never seen that book before. Well, this guy is just to a point where like, what the fuck is he thinking? What is he doing? I'm not learning anything to just question. I'm
also,
just
what does he have to offer, though? That is what he has to offer. He doesn't have the experience or the expertise as like an Alex the Comic Hoarder or Mercenaut, like,
So he offers
or the Great Legend.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have that.
Right.
He's a
no,
newer
but
collector and
he can offer his he can offer a knowledge, the things that he has gone through, calmly saying that, hey, look, I bought this so and so first appearance so and so in a 9.4 at the height of this thing. I would have said like I had made so many mistakes. I
I
hope
think he
you
did a video like that.
He has.
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying,
has this one video from back in the day where he said he lost like 50% of what he bought,
but
and
he
like this is
bitched
kind of an
about it.
educational type video,
He
But I
gave
think that
classes.
video is
Yeah.
more of a he bitched about like how
Yeah.
he got tricked into having influence or having influenced him
Yeah.
to buy a book that he shouldn't have not bought, because
Right.
there's also not a self. He always seemed to have put a blame on others and never put a blame himself, saying I made a mistake.
No, I think he blamed himself in some respects. He
Yeah,
said
Yeah.
but
this
Some of
was
those.
all
Yeah.
me. He's blamed
Yeah.
himself.
has he?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
And
I think in
latest
that video in
video,
particular, he came across as,
Yeah.
humble.
Humble
Like,
and stuff like he's come across as humble and like sincere and like a few of his videos and stuff like that. Yeah.
And
But
I hope he sticks to that. I
yeah.
mean, then that way he would kind of educate other new collectors like himself not to make the same mistake twice, especially with the viewers and the subscribers that he had, right? He said,
right?
I
But it
have to
seems
watch
like,
these people, hope he can figure things out. I think he can.
yeah,
Well,
mm,
that's the whole thing. I don't know if he's a mastermind of putting things, doing this for us collectors in this community to think that
no.
if he's doing
I
this thing on
think
purpose, or if
I
he's
think it's a
doing it.
mistake to think that there's like a mastermind behind this, and this is like,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's just not taking the time to do his research, whether it's cost of books or characters to collect or comics to collect. He doesn't spend the time to do that. He just has these gut reactions on what to buy
Yeah.
off of social media, which is totally wrong.
I haven't graded one book that I'm going to unslab unless I just want to get it regraded in a higher grade again or something.
Exactly.
But I have even if I
not
wait.
entirely true, but
I mean, yeah,
for the most part.
for the most part, yeah. But I mean, like overall, I'm not going to do anything like but like very few books that I just unslab if I got them slabbed or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I think I'll only unslab one or maybe two. That was Master of the Universe, that the Skeletor, that variant 125. I keep getting 9.6. I keep pressing it, refunding it, and I to a point where I fuck it because
Yeah.
I keep getting 9.6. That was one. The second one was the NYX. I got a 9.6. I said this got to be a 9.8, and just somehow got a 9.8 after a pressing and stuff. And this other one is the DC Presents number 28, that the first Teen Titan. I bought it at 9.2 at a 9.2 price, knowing that there's got to be a 9.4, 9.6. That's the only reason
Yeah.
I cracked it open. And when I cracked it open, definitely this can get a great bump.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. You're right, exactly, Joe. Never grade things that you think to crack it open unless you know for sure that that's not the grade
Right.
that
Yeah.
you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Wilkins, thank you, great legend. That's the only, or crack open if you want something to be signed. It's a 9.8, but you want Adam Hughes to get sign that the 9.8 that you got. Then you crack it open.
Right. Yeah.
That you come back as a 9, but never to a point where I bitch about. I don't like, I spent $10,000 on this freaking submitting. Look, I got receipts. 2023, I submitted 10 comics. I paid $700 something dollars, on Express and so, and cracking it open, and it's like, okay, dude, you have money, but
I'm going to take this $700 in value and turn it into $400 in value.
yeah, I don't.
I'm going to get it unslabbed and devalue all of them.
Yeah. It's like, hi,
that doesn't make any
hi,
sense.
I'm sick near my comic. Today, I'm gonna just say fuck it with all my cards, and I'm not gonna put it in this one touch. I'm just gonna put it in a soft, just a regular top, sleeveless thing. Because why? Because I got, but this like to a point where shut the.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know why I watch this thing, but I watch it and I get irritated, like because I
Why you do it?
That's why he makes the
fathom
videos, David,
where
because
he's
people like you
coming
keep
from.
watching them and keep talking about them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't fathom.
It works, dude. We talk
works.
about them, like
That's
we
why
watch his
you
show.
gotta be a
We watch-
mastermind.
Yeah,
He's a
we watch his
mastermind.
videos all the time. Like,
Mastermind.
yeah,
And
you say whatever you want, but
follow
the honest truth is they are entertaining, and I do like reading the comments and stuff like that. Like,
Yes.
it's-
But you're
All
also
you
not
nine
watching
people
it
watching
for
this.
I'm not watching.
education.
I'm not watching.
That's my
Yeah, I'm
point,
not watching
like-
it for education. I'm just watching it because it's. I'm sorry, but it is kind of funny and it's entertaining and stuff like that. So I actually enjoy watching his videos and I like reading the comments and stuff. It's pretty
Yeah.
wild.
I love
You know,
what.
that's
I
why he
love
does it.
Reading
I mean,
the
that's-
comments. I
you
love
know?
reading the comments. I read the
Yeah.
comments first. I'm like, why people are saying this, and you watch it like, oh shit, no wonder.
Yeah. Somebody in one of those comments said that Comic Con broke that dude's brain.
Yeah,
I was like, read that comment. They go, man, Comic Con broke this guy's brain or
I
something
know.
like that.
And
Yeah,
I
I was
had
like,
the
man, that's-
opportunity to say you did a great job on Sticky Goose, but I fucking
Yeah.
just gave him that stare.
Mm.
I just gave him that stare. Didn't say anything.
Riverdale is good.
Guilty
too.
pleasure. Yeah. She watched. Yeah. I never really watched it, Legend, but she, yeah.
The first season was the best.
First season was the best, she says. Yeah.
Mhm.
I never really watched it.
Oh
I couldn't
man,
bring myself to do it.
yeah, I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, me either. I was like, yeah, as soon as they were all like, they got Jughead in a freaking gang or something. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I can watch this. This is
Even
this is
even
wild. This is too wild for me,
Sabrina.
man.
even Sabrina, the witch, the teenage witch thing. I watched
Yeah.
the first 2 seasons. I couldn't watch it anymore.
Yeah. I think it was pretty dark, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was,
It
pretty
was
dark.
hard. It
It
was.
was
Yeah.
more like with the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, one cool
and
tidbit that you
those were kind of dark.
one cool tidbit that you probably don't care about is that one of the pieces of art in the wall in that show is from Clive Barker.
Yes, yeah.
And it's
Well,
called,
a lot of them are
a
from
lot
Clive
of them are
Barker.
from Clive Barker, but one of them in particular is called Death's Womb. And it's like one of our favorite pieces of art, but from him, but we have there's a comic book with that cover on it, and we have that,
A Hellraiser, yeah.
yeah, it's Hellraiser, and it's
Mm.
that art depicted on a comic book cover, and we have that signed by Clive Barker, and it's on one of our comic books, which is really cool, and you can see it right back there on the wall. It's the original piece for it, so it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Was that during the intro or what?
No,
No.
it's just like it's in one of the.
Yeah,
It's just in the background, like.
but it's like in a frame. It's not a comic book
It's, like,
art. It's
huge,
like
like-
oil painting art. Like it's an actual piece of art,
Hmm.
and they just used that piece of art and made a comic book cover out of the art that he did for like his original art piece, which was
Interesting.
yeah. And man, I would love to have that.
yeah.
The real thing, man. That was just so cool. Yeah.
So
Great
bad.
Legend is
Yeah.
just living it up in the comments right now.
Mhm. Hellraiser 1 was good.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't get the whole pinhead. Why? What's up with the pin?
It looks freaky.
He's like a sadist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the pleasure pain thing. And man,
Oh,
Legend, you gotta listen to the audio book for that.
Hellraiser?
Hellbound Heart.
The Hellbound Heart. Yeah, if you can find it on
Clive
YouTube.
Barker does the
Clive Barker.
audio.
Yeah, he does the narration and the audio for it. And it's really good, man. You got to check that out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he does the voices for the Cenobites, and
The way he does the voice is like, okay,
It's
that's
so good,
that's
yeah.
freaky, man. Yeah, because it's really androgynous and there's
Mhm.
it's really soulless and kind of devious and yeah, it's good.
What do you
Yeah.
mean you missed me on live? We go pretty much live every other week.
Well, you took a week off, Dave.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I think
bro.
too it's a different time, so maybe he just hasn't been able to
Yeah,
catch it.
much. Yeah,
well, it's gonna be. We're probably gonna push it back a little bit more because I think on Sunday I think we should do whatever we need to do, and probably Joe probably will be a little bit more tired if we go a little bit more. But I was thinking probably 12:30, 1 o'clock after we have lunch and everything, and we can just play cool.
yeah. 1 o'clock would be better for
Yeah.
for me
I'll-
probably. Yeah,
1 o'clock. I think 1 o'clock will be a thumbs up
Yeah.
for me as well. Then that way I
Yeah,
can.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
12's a
There
little bit early.
There
for
we
my-
go. Great Legend.
3:00 our time.
That's 3 o'clock for our time. Okay,
Yeah.
Yes,
1 o'clock
it
your
will-
time. Okay, yeah, that's even
Yeah.
better. That's even
Wait,
better. Yeah,
That's like 2 hours apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, you can sleep in. Um, Here's the thing. My wife is probably going to be gone for about a month and a half to 3 months in the beginning of May. So starting in May, we can go live every week if you want to until she comes back. But if not, we can stick with two other week. But it's just an option. I think since I got nothing to do, I probably will go live every Sunday, probably around 1 o'clock. So I'll shoot you guys the link and stuff. It said, David, don't take a day off. His brother made him work at the store. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck, I had to work 2 weeks straight, 10 to 12 hour shift every day. And yesterday was my first day off because a lady that works for us got into a car. She got rear-ended and she was off for a whole weekend. Man, that was a painful 2 weeks. And yesterday was it was good to have a day off. And today I went to my mom's house in the morning. You know, she has a symptom, dementia thing. But today it was a good day. She was calm. She wasn't angry. You know, we had a good hour and a half talk, just me listening to her the whole. So it was a good day for me for seeing her. It's
You
good.
know, David, when I was young, when I was in my 20s, I could barely work a couple hours. But now that I'm in my 50s, I don't mind doing 10 or 12-hour work days. I could just keep working, working, working. I don't know why I'm like that. It's
I
just
don't
weird.
either. Yeah.
Because your type of work is in front of a computer, reading books or reading things.
Yeah, but it's
He is
still
10 to 12 hours standing up, lifting boxes that is worth weighs about 10 to 30 pounds. A lot of squatting because there's a lot of low shelf that needs to be, a lot of cleaning, a lot of
Yeah.
sweeping. So yeah, at
The
my
time doing that probably goes by pretty quickly, though.
it does, it
I would
does,
think it would go by pretty quick.
it
Yeah.
does. But I can say that by the end of the week, I can feel myself like, fuck, I'm hurting.
Yeah.
You know,
By the end of the week,
by
you mean
end of
the end of the you mean the end of the day, right?
no end of the week, I
No.
would be hurting.
No, end of the
End of
day,
the
I'm
week,
like
I'm fine.
done.
First, second, third, on the fifth day before Saturday, my body will be like, wow, I'm hurting here. Even just squatting to grab a, a, a register roll for the receipt, it hurts.
Yeah.
And
a
and try
register roll.
register roll. They decided not to put it in the top shelf. They want to put it in the bottom shelf where it gotta bend down. My
Well, life's
knee.
tough, David. I just
Life is fucking
register
hard.
roll.
I'm telling you, the grind that I go through at the convenient gas station is fucking hard. So people, if you ever go to a convenience store, gas station, do not give them hard time because I know what they're going through, man.
Yeah. I don't give anybody a hard time, really.
You know,
I'm pretty nice.
just don't throw money at us. You know, don't cuss how expensive our thing is. We all need to make a living. You know, we don't do this on purpose. You know, we go by how much monthly we have to pay for gas, for rent, and payrolls and things like that. That needs to be paid. So paying that extra dollar and giving a smile will just make a better day for us.
Now I'm curious. What would you say is the most expensive thing in your store? If you go in there and you buy something, you go, wow, this is way too much. This is overpriced.
But I don't understand why like,
Cigarettes.
just don't get it, like, or don't get it there. I don't understand what the point of complaining is. Like,
Yeah. Get it somewhere else. If you
Well,
don't like it.
that's the whole thing. It's like we okay. The store, that business that we own has nothing. There's nothing around it for the next 7 miles in each direction.
okay,
Yeah.
You have a monopoly.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now I
and
get why people are complaining.
well, the funny thing is that the people
Now we know. Okay.
there's this one guy comes in. He goes, "Hey, give me a pack of Marlboro Lights." Right?
Yeah.
Pack of Marlboro Lights here is average about $11 to $13. Okay, depending. Seattle's could be $18. Yeah,
A pack or a carton? What are you
pack.
talking about? A
a
pack?
pack, a single pack with 20 individual cigarette is for us is $13. So I say, oh, $13, sir.
Jeez.
And then he goes, how much was that again? $13. He goes, I said, oh, $13? is that with the tax? And he's like, no, that's with tax included, sir. And then he's like, oh, that is so expensive. Oh, I'm sorry, but that is our price. He goes, oh, he goes, I'm never fucking coming back here. He goes, I said, well, have a fucking great day.
Did he get the cigarettes though?
No, of course not. He walked out saying, I'm not ever fucking coming back. What? You have a fucking great day. Why you need to be so mean, you know?
He needed a smoke, David.
Because he didn't have his cigarettes, man. Yeah, can't. Yeah, you don't have your coffee, your cigarettes. Turns
It's
people
like
into
going
buttholes.
to LCS and say, "Oh, do you guys have a copy of an ASM 300 and a 5.0?" Oh, yes, it's $700. Is that before and after tax? Oh, that's after the tax. Like, well, it's so fucking expensive. I'm not fucking coming back here again. Well, fucking please don't ever come back because I don't need to fucking put up with your shit. You know, you fucking cheap bastard. You drove miles and miles away to our fucking neck of the woods in the middle of nowhere to buy a fucking pack of cigarette for $13 fucking dollars, and he claims it, and he said never coming back again. Like, this is your first time ever fucking walking into a store. Don't ever
You should've-
say
And it's his last day.
Yeah, you should have said, "There's no place within miles. You'll be back here as soon as you need something else.
I said,
You'll be back in here tomorrow if you need something."
And the people
Today,
that
sir.
and the people that will really bitch about everything. There was this one guy. He bitches about the prices of our beer. Like, you guys are so expensive. Like, if you tell him, then go somewhere else. We're like, fucking, why you keep coming once a week, bitch about our fucking beer prices?
So
How
what?
much is the beer?
Yeah, how much is the beer? Would you
Okay,
say?
so 6-pack of Corona, which he always gets every week, okay, with a pack of Marlboro Light, which is a $13, which is a $14.68 with the tax with a 6-pack of Corona. Yes, it's fucking expensive. I know that is expensive, but that's our price, and he bitches about it all the time. Every week he comes in, every Friday he comes in and bitches about it, and we keep telling him, stop coming. It's not like
Nobody's making you
fucking
drink
come
and
here.
smoke.
You come here once a week, and we only probably make $2 off of you, right? And we gotta hear you fucking bitch about this and bitch about that. I'd be telling him don't, but he still comes to this day every Friday, and
He
still
comes for the service.
yeah.
For the service and a smile.
and I'm there. At first, I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize." And after, if you keep hearing the same shit over again, it gets to you. And I can't be nice no more. I'm like, "Fuck!" I told him, don't come. Please don't. You drive 7 miles up towards the road or down the road. You'll see another gas station. See how much they charge you. Okay, you want to waste gas? Drive down to just save 30-40 cents. By all means, go ahead. You know, but I told him you can drive 7 miles up the road. You'll probably pay $1 extra more for a pack of cigarettes because I've been there. You know, they charge you $14. I don't know about the beer, but you can do that. Don't ever come back. He comes back. He comes back. He fucking comes back every week and bitches about the prices.
Yeah, I remember when I used to smoke. I think it was like less than $4 for a pack of cigarettes or something when I smoked. It was like
The last time I
for a pack of cigarettes, I believe.
Smoke I paid was $8.50 for Camel Crush.
Yeah,
That was
I think it was like 3 something,
So
man.
I used to
that
get
was a decade ago. Now
peppermint.
it's $12.
Peppermint.
What were they? The
Peppermint?
cool, whatever.
Yeah, the cool.
mint.
Yeah, menthol. I used to get the
Like
cool
Sailor.
menthol. Yeah, I used to smoke menthols. The cool. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool
uh-huh.
Filter Kings. Cool,
Yeah.
the Cool Miles and Cool Filter Kings.
Yeah.
I
Those
love
are good.
Camel Crush because you smoke it non-filter, and after a while you can crush their little menthol balls and become a menthol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. You should try it, Joe.
Well, I
Doesn't smoke.
haven't smoked.
Yeah. He hasn't
Yeah.
smoked in
All right.
how many years?
All right. Yeah. You know what, David? In a month, I'm going to call you. I'm going to have cancer. I'm going to be an alcoholic again. I'll call you in a month. I'll be like, hey, I can't do this anymore.
Oh my God!
I'm an alcoholic and might have throat cancer.
I'll send you a
Yeah,
stick
so
of
didn't
I
Camel.
haven't smoked or drank in
18
like
years.
18 or 19 years. Yeah, I haven't done anything. So
Fuck it.
if I fall off the wagon, I'll let you know, David.
Let me know. I'll send you a
I'll be-
stick cancer
Hey,
stick.
David, I decided to smoke and I had to drink.
No,
'cause,
no, no. We'll go live. We'll go live and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, now I know what Sticky Goose is all about."
Yeah.
David influenced me to fucking smoke
You
again.
think Sticky's having a breakdown? Check out my channel. I'm an alcoholic again. Watch this descent into madness. Yeah.
Oh fuck. So Sticky Goose, you think you have a problem? We all have a fucking problem.
Nah, you're good, man.
Yeah, we're good. Jay Salsa said, "Damn, cigarettes are expensive. I'm glad I never took that drink." Well, you should.
Just like a true friend.
You should. You know why? Because you probably would be saving your money on fucking spending on comic books anyway.
No, he would just go double broke. That's you know how addicts work, man. Like it's not gonna stop me from buying comic books or anything. It's just gonna make me buy beer and comic books now. Yeah.
No, I don't smoke. I vape.
Yeah. If you smoke anything, yeah, I agree with that. It's better than alcohol or
True.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I wish the government makes cocaine legal so I can be happy again.
Cocaine?
What?
Cocaine, okay.
Yeah,
I
didn't
didn't
you
read
hear?
cocaine anywhere, but
Didn't
yeah.
Didn't you see that video? A president of Colombia,
Yeah.
right, has come up and said, you guys should make cocaine. Now, this is to the U.S. government now, saying you guys should make cocaine legal and tax cocaine.
No,
Because
that doesn't make
here's
sense.
the thing. He
Yeah.
said the purity of the cocaine and the ingredient that goes into it is so natural. It's better than nicotine cigarettes. It's way better than drinking. So what he's promoting is that his cocaine is so pure and so clean that it's way better than smoking a cigarette, way better than drinking. So he said, make it legal like those two, and tax the crap
I
out.
only sell clean heroin, bro.
Well, that's
I got the clean
aftermarket.
stuff. Much better for you than smoking.
No, but the thing
cigarettes.
is that president of the fucking Colombia, actually said that. It was just
Yeah,
fucking
that's crazy.
hilarious.
That's
saying
wild.
tax, make it legal and tax cocaine because those addicts will pay whatever price the fucking retail value is gonna be. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? But the thing is, that's true.
Probably
Because
true.
regardless how bad the cigarette or nicotine is, how much tax they put in, people will still smoke and still, would drink. Yeah. So in a logic sense, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because people will buy regardless if it's bad for you or not.
Yeah.
They used to put cocaine in.
They used to put cocaine in Coca-Cola and all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. They also used to put like
Radium,
radiation.
like
Yeah.
skincare products.
Skincare products used to have like radium. It was like the skincare. Yeah, it's called radium or something like that. And yeah. Pretty wild.
It was legal back then. Why make it legal now?
It's okay if it's legal, David. The government wouldn't do anything to hurt its citizens. What are you talking about?
Let's go line together. Come on.
No,
Remember at the corporate world, like fucking you will get a CEO, they can bust out a and say, let's do all line here. Oh man.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I'd rather if I had kids, I'd rather them probably smoke marijuana than drink, probably.
Oh,
Like alcohol.
I'd rather them drink.
You'd rather them drink? I think I'd rather them smoke pot.
I'd rather have them drink than smoke. The THC level on this strains right now is 10 times potent, more potent than what we were. Yeah,
Okay.
So there's a sign. There's a work that they did that they find out that more kids smoking marijuana nowadays tend to be more paranoid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're more to a point where they're HC, like their focus point is shorter now.
Is that like the places where it's legal and they get it like Colorado? You can smoke marijuana in Colorado.
Dude,
Colorado.
even here in Washington, you should just hang out in my store for one day and you see the damages that this marijuana.
I thought alcohol did more damage than marijuana did.
No,
I never heard about anybody getting high and killing somebody, and because
I think for when it
beating their
comes
wife up after they smoke a joint. You know,
Yeah, I mean-
I never hear bad things about, maybe losing some brain cells and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know.
Well, because alcohol, okay, let's say alcohol, you know exactly how many percent or how many proof you're getting, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to nicotine, it will tell you exactly how much milligram you're putting into
Right.
yourself because it's all part of, you need to put that. But when it comes to THC, they did a test that what they're selling at the dispensary and
Yeah.
what they had like about 10, 15 years ago is 10 times potent.
Wow. I didn't know that. Well, maybe not then.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't want my kids to be smoking marijuana nowadays.
Yeah, I guess not. Oh, I wouldn't want them to, but
No.
I figured it'd be safer than alcohol, but
No,
maybe not.
Well, alcohol is safe as long as
Yeah, but I mean,
you can
like,
drink and not get drunk.
you always hear
like-
about, yeah, but who does that? What's the
Wait.
lot of
Ivan, did you
people
just
do.
say you can drink and not get drunk?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what she's talking
Small
about,
amounts.
man.
Small
Yeah.
amounts is what she's saying.
Yeah, but nobody does
And I
that.
think it's important. I mean,
Nobody
know
wants
how
to drink just to have a beer. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
it's just-
I guess when it comes to like addiction, you can't stop. Like
right? Yeah,
yeah. But for social thing, I mean,
yeah.
you can
Have a
one-
beer too. Yeah, but I mean,
you can have a one or two, and
Yeah.
be okay with it. But man, there's people at my work. Customer, they walk in, it's reeking. They've been fucking smoking a whole bag or so because
yeah.
they reek as they come in, they reek as they go out, and my whole store is fucking reeking
Yeah.
with marijuana. There's at
Really?
least
Interesting.
7 guys that comes in every other day reeking.
And what do they buy from you? Twinkies? Or...
Food,
They buy cigarettes,
Mhm.
they
beer. It's the same guy buying the beer and the cigarettes.
buy beers, they buy vape, and at late night when they come in, probably around half an hour before we close the door, and they're reeking, they buy like 6 bags of potato chips.
What kind of potato chips, David? I'm curious.
What's that?
What
Huh?
kind of potato chips?
Well, one, Lay's.
Yeah.
They always got to have the original Lay's in the yellow bag.
Mhm.
Second is they got to get Takis.
Oh,
What?
Takis. Yeah, yeah,
Takis.
yeah.
It's a very super red
Yeah.
rolled up chip thing that is spicy as hell. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two, they always got to get Fritos, right? Gotta be chili flavored or it has to be scoop. If it's a scoop, they'll buy a dip, right? And they buy Doritos. Okay.
Ah.
And you don't fucking believe this. They always buy Cheetos Puff.
The puffs. Okay. Yeah.
That's
Mm.
good stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when they buy these items, do they complain of the prices?
No, they're so fucked up. I'm telling you, their eyes are smaller than mine. They normally they come in, their eyes is smaller than mine, and they'll be happy go lucky. And they're like, "Hey man, what's up?" They go in the back and grab chips and fucking cookies. Like, oh, I see you're getting munchies. You're like, hell yeah! And they always call me the boss. Like they come in like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're like, "Hey, boss." They walk
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the people
Would you rather deal with a high person or a drunk person?
I'd rather deal with the high person than the drunk. Yeah.
That was kind of my
Because
point.
I have to
earlier.
kick out many of the
Depends on what high.
Yeah.
Like, not all high people.
Well, yeah,
are-
I'm not talking about like blitzed on coke. I mean, like somebody's had a few joints or whatever, and they come in.
Oh,
here,
no,
but
no,
I'm
no.
talking about, like
They're
they're throwing
high
out
on,
heroin. I don't mean
they're
anything like
high
that.
on cocaine or crack or marijuana. I'd rather deal with them because they're a lot more easier.
Even crack,
Yeah.
you'd rather deal with.
No,
Really?
there are people that come
Yeah.
in, they're like, they're like just going like this, and like they're doing this, and like, is there anything else? I'd rather deal with them than the drunk. Drunk are the worst.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Because one, they want to buy more alcohol,
yeah.
and I can't sell it to them
And then they get mad.
if they're walking like,
Yeah.
you know. I said,
Oh,
I'm
God.
sorry, I can't sell you. Like, why, man? Why you gonna sell me alcohol? Cause you're fucking drunk and you're reeking alcohol. Yeah, I can't get out. Like, oh, come on, man, come on. This one gonna come here every day. I spend freaking so much money, thousands of dollars on you guys. You can't sell me a beer. Like, no, we can't. And they would, and if escalates, and we just got to tell them, I'm calling the cops. You gotta go. But these druggies, and these guys, they don't want hassle. They don't want deal with dramas, man. They're just like, it's so and so. Okay, man. Oh, yeah, sure. Like, they're really, they're really. And the guy with it was Stonies, they're like, hey man, whatever, man. And thank you. Like, they're very easy because they don't want any confrontation.
Right.
Yeah. But
so when you get a very normal person walking into your store, you must be shocked as hell, David.
Oh no, I got 2 foot.
He's got two. He's got 2 people that walk in.
No. I have a detective that comes. I got 2 detectives comes in.
Oh, okay.
I have a retired fire chief. There is there's a mix, but
Okay.
overall, I mean, I love my customers, man. I
What
mean,
is the detective buy? Now you got me. You got me
he buys
curious.
beers. He buy beers.
Oh, okay. And he doesn't complain about the price.
No, he doesn't.
Hmm.
Like the people that is normal, they pretty much never complain anything because, and if they think the price is like, they say, man, we understand, man. That's why I like to come here to support you guys. I'm like, thank you. We appreciate you, and I'm thanked that you guys coming to support our thing. But I know you don't want to drive fucking 10 miles to a next neighbor and buy. But I mean, I don't say that, but I do thank them for just being, supportive of our store.
Hmm.
But that's cool.
Yeah. So, yeah. And you know what? If I can get a live stream going on in my store and the interaction that I have, man, I'm telling you, this will be another content that we can have. Is like our daily live with David Sikandirmi comment at.
Today we have a special guest.
Yes,
this is Crackhead Bob.
Well, also there's about 4 guys that they know that I do this.
Yeah.
And every time they go, so how's your YouTube channel? And they go, fuck. And like I was telling them, like, hey, screw you, man. You never fucking come and watch it anyways. Like, oh man, I'm sorry. And they're honest. They're very honest. Like, man, your content is not something I look for. Like, okay. They're like into like machinery, like fixing things or country music or or stupid cat video, which I can relate.
I get the cat videos.
Joe watched like a 40-minute video on like some guy getting a shoe shine.
It's like a shoe shine ASMR. Yeah, dude walked in with like these nasty pair of boots or whatever. Well, they were actually kind of cool looking, but man, they were like brown and they got all shined up and they were like actually black. So
I know exactly why you hooked on this because I love watching restorations.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I was like, I watched it for 40 freaking minutes, dude.
Yeah. They're so articulate. I don't like.
Yeah.
They put the screw in, so and so. They know exactly where the screw goes afterward.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like, where's the screw again?
Or watching those people find those old rusted things and they like repair it, and it's like, oh, that's a brand new. Now you got a brand new tool. Like they found something buried out somewhere and has all kinds of stuff on it, and it's a wrench set. I saw somebody clean a wrench set one time. I'm like, oh, now you got your nice little wrench set there and stuff like that.
I love watching restoration. I can watch that thing if it's an hour long. I will just watch it.
Yeah. Boot repairs. I've watched.
Yeah, I watched this guy for 15 minutes just sharpening.
Yeah, I watched the Titanic sink in real time on a video one time. She goes, what are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching the Titanic sink. It was great. Yeah, it was like And then you just see it. It's like after about an hour, you kind of the ship's like way up here now, and it breaks in half. Finally, I'm like, oh, this is about to sink a lot quicker now. Yeah, it's like it snapped.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, all right. It's past 2.5 hours into this thing. Thank you, Joe, Yvonne, and also Mr. Smith, Ron. Thanks for joining. I think our next one will be 2 weeks from now at 1 p.m. So if you guys in the chat, please put a reminder if you guys want good laugh and some I don't know, facts and my rant and thing. Tune in. Till next time, guys.
Peace.
Peace. Hey, we got fucking balloons.